Matty G. We're coming to you live from my station 1123. Welcome to After Dark. It is 10:18 on the East Coast, 7:18 my time, and 4:30 Hawaii time. We've got people from all over this United States, maybe not even continental. Our favorite Hawaiians here. Let's introduce the panel, should we? Matty G's right here. Little warrior just went outside to yell at his grandma because his NASCAR driver just took out half the damn field, but that's a different story. We will go to the man to my right hand in this After Dark takeover rabbit hole, as we say, Mr. Matt Beer. What's up?
Nothing much. Oh yeah, sounds like that driver was like Rudy Gobert with the NBA, taking it out completely. But no, I'm doing good.
All righty, he's doing good. We're not going to talk about the NBA,
baby.
because I don't really want to get political. I've had kind of a rough month or a rough week, and I just don't really care to hear about it. Let's go to the Mandalorians, Nikki and Devin. This is the way.
It's the way.
There are sports there are, but yeah, kind of a tragic week. Just not fun overall. It's not a good time to be round and sentient, but it's a good time to be amongst friends. That's for sure. Devin, you got anything to say?
This is the way.
Oh, big story. Yeah, it's absolutely great to be around friends. Let's go to the man in, shall we say, paradise. When he complained about being in there during fucking quarantine, we told you to go to hell. It's Mr. Dr.
Yeah. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here because, yes, it's been a rough week, but we're all amongst friends now, and we're amongst all the people watching. They're our friends, too. They're our Ohana. They're with us. And there was one bright, shiny thing that happened this week that made me feel really good, and I got to share a really awesome moment with my son. So we'll share that a little bit later, but I'm happy to be here with y'all.
Absolutely. We are Ohana. Just like Lilo and Stitch says, Ohana means family. Family.
Now we gotta get that sound back.
No,
Yeah.
that's the how.
So, yeah, absolutely. And then we have Ulysses Claw joining us.
Yeah, I figure if I'm going to do any kind of subtle tribute to some unfortunate sad news, might as well be the white guy. There's a lot of reasons to not enjoy being in this world, but one to enjoy being here is New Mutants finally got released and the world did not end, so there was no reason to push it as long as they did.
Yeah, that's true. If you guys on your 2020 bingo calendar had New Mutants get released, please punch that sticker. I mean, we've had Fire NATOs, Australia's burned to the ground. The
If it's even a thing.
The plague is back. We're just playing a big ass game of Cabin in the Woods. Speaking
out
of
of all the things,
Maybe Jesse Williams because he's progressive.
well, we could. Pretty soon, I'm actually going to be playing. I don't know exactly when, but a over the internet kind of D&D style Cabin in the Woods game. So when we get that set up, I will absolutely send a link.
Didn't we change it to Serenity?
No, this is a different group. This is a different one. But I do want to point out that in the description below, there's a GoFundMe to a friend of mine's funeral, as well as a Facebook link to a charity group for a little girl who's battling cancer. If you can, please, if you can donate, go ahead. Tonight and tomorrow night, we've decided to deactivate our Streamlabs. Don't send money to us. Send it to them. That would be wonderful. Nikki, I sent you kind of a voice clip. Can you play it just so everybody will hear kind of the...
I can. Do a little riffing for a minute, though, while I pull it up.
Wiki. No. So, other than, all the tragedy going on, was there anything... You know what? While he gets it pulled up, Alan, tell us about your special moment.
Pulled up.
We'll do that later. He's got it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Play it.
But-
Go ahead, play it. We'll do it later.
I want to hear about the special moment.
Oh, okay. We all experienced some sad news. Along with the cancer thing, my aunt got diagnosed with breast cancer. We found out yesterday. So that's, another please give to the link that Maddie set up, because every bit helps anybody with cancer. All the research that can go to it and everything that they're discovering about it, and new methods and new treatments. Please give all you can for that. But in all the craziness and madness, I was super looking forward to not to New Mutants, but Bill and Ted Face the Music. I was super excited and hype about Bill and Ted, and me and my son watched it Thursday night, and we absolutely fell in love with it.
Nice.
Cried, both of us laughed. I think it's the perfect movie that you just want nostalgia and feeling good by two characters that represents pure innocence and just wanting to put good into the universe, into the world, and showing us that we all connect. Everybody, no matter your skin color, your nationality, anything like that, everybody is united. Everybody comes together through our love of music, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So me and my son sharing that moment was really, really cool, and I really appreciated it.
As a great man once said, more connects us than divides us.
This is very true.
And on that topic, I'd just like to point out that, it's so much easier to be just a nice person and a happy person than it is to be a dick. So, if you see somebody walking down the street and they look like they're having a bad day, just smile and say, have a nice day. There's people out there working their asses off, your servers, your waiters. In Aaron's case, people that work at movie theaters. Just be nice, That's all I ask.
And well, along with that, because we can't really see faces now, because everybody, when we're out in public, we're wearing masks, and a lot of people say, well, you can't see smiles. You can't see smiles, but you can throw a shaka, you can wave, you can just say what up, you can do that, you can peace sign, whatever you want. Just go ahead and say it. You could do that, shocker.
You can have a mask that has Denny Hamlin smile on it.
Oh, look at that.
You can have a mask that has crazy. Darth Maul smile on it.
I got one of those. The mask that would have Darth Maul.
Or it could be like me wearing the mask when you go up to people and just go on
go
the
like
mask.
that.
Or you can wear that.
Or you can wear that mask. Either way, along with what Matt said, be nice to each other.
I just want to point out that mask does work as a face shield, so some places would actually allow you to wear it.
I actually wore my one for.
Nikki, whenever you're ready, hit it.
Go.
Clickety click click click.
I hit it.
I hear a cat.
Yeah, I say all I heard was a cat.
That's
Yeah, it's not loud. Give me a second.
Okay.
All right. So while I get that ready, I showed my mom both the Snyder Cut trailer today and the Batman trailer today.
And how did she think about it?
She's not a fan of grungy Batman. I'm a big fan of grungy Batman.
I think we all knew that by now.
Hold on.
I'm into emo Batman, but I'm also into the Snyder Cut. So yeah, I want all the Batman.
See, and it's funny. I had a discussion with my mom. My mom is the person who gave me my love of movies. She started taking me to movies very, very young. I remember going out when I was a kid, and there was a woman in an apartment complex that we lived, and she used to record movies on VHS. If you don't know what that is, it is a square box with tape in it. You put it in a machine.
I used to do that.
And she would have shelves of them, and she'd have 3 or 4 per movie. And in one, she had, if I remember correctly, it was the Adam West Batman movie, the made-for-TV one, Batman 89, and Batman Returns. And
Batman.
And we bought that. And one of my fondest memories, my favorite memories, is when I was in kindergarten and Grease had its 20th anniversary, something like that. and they re-released it in movies. She actually took me out of the school and told them I had a doctor's appointment, and we went and had Chinese food, and we went and saw it, and we sang in the movie theater. It was only us and like 2 other people, but we sang in the movie theater, and she really hammered in that movie going experience. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And my mom's my favorite movie person. Like, if we can, watch movies and have fun, that's what we do.
Shout out to the moms out there.
And she and I watched both of them. Now, she's a fan of Justice League. Huge fan of Justice League, which is okay.
I told my mom not to watch it.
But she is actually excited to see Snyder Cut just because she wants to see it. She doesn't really like grungy Batman like we talked about. Yeah,
exactly.
But it's still, she said it looks like fun to her. So
that's what's great about it. Is that if grunge Batman isn't your Batman, then Ben Affleck can be your Batman. If Ben Affleck isn't your Batman, then Michael Keaton can be your Batman. Keaton,
and it doesn't matter. And it doesn't even matter. Oh shit, they're wrecking again.
Okay, thanks for spoiling it for me. I'm 3 minutes behind you, Maddie. But I have that audio already.
It wasn't anything big. But I just want to point out that
my name is Alexa, and I am doing a fundraiser on my birthday this year. Instead of a birthday, I wanted to raise awareness and give some support to the family of Elizabeth Murphy. Her mother's Christy Murphy. Elizabeth was 2 years old when she was first diagnosed with leukemia. She beat it the first time and went into remission, but then it came back. She now has a type that usually only affects those that are in their 50s and 60s, so doctors don't really know how to help her. The only hope that she had was a bone marrow transplant, but unfortunately, she just found out yesterday, I believe, that that's no longer an option because it has spread to her spinal cord and to her brain. She's having swelling in the brain. She had been having headaches for weeks. I am trying to fundraise to assist a mother with all the medical bills and things because she's not.
It was only a 59-second clip, Maddie. I didn't have the whole clip.
I know. I don't know why she sent it all, but you get the idea. The link to the fundraiser is in the description. If you can help, please do. If not, at least go to your Facebook and share the link. That's all we really can do. And
Maddie, do they have a Facebook page, like just a generalized Facebook page?
Yeah, it's in the description of the video.
Okay. Because if you can't help with money, like I know that this is something, I don't know if this is invited, but I would go to their Facebook page and ask other ways that you can help, because it's not always about the money. It's about food. It's about toys. It's about movies. It's about keeping the kid entertained so that they don't have to realize what's going on.
And one of the things in that Facebook group is an Amazon wish list. She's got masks and so forth. Like, her picture is a pink Captain America shield. She's a huge nerd. She asked for Barbies and Frozen stuff. So if you can, please do. If you can't, just at least share this Facebook page. So I want to thank everybody for at least trying, considering to do what you can. This little girl's a hell of a fighter. We kind of went through something similar with that with him, and everybody stepped up and helped when they could. They got him for his birthday to spectacular like he wanted to. So if we can try and pass that on to somebody else, absolutely do. There's one more person I think we absolutely need to talk about when we're on this kind of grim-ish subject. But it's not really grim. It's more just superheroes are real. And we lost one last night. While we were all watching Schmodown, it came out that Mr. T'Challa himself, the Black Panther, passed away. For the last 4 to 5 years, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And instead of falling apart movies that bridge, the superhero genre to an entire culture, the Black community, and while he's battling this cancer, he was going to children's hospitals as Black Panther, signing autographs, taking pictures. There's actually this beautiful story that came out that I tried to find before we went started of him going to a small children's hospital. Yes, it's for pictures, publicity, and so forth. But after the cameras stopped, he spent hours with a little girl just hanging out, and they were playing. And at the same time, that man was battling cancer. So I just want everybody to take a moment, and if you have to mute your mic, whatever. And I just want to take a moment of silence and just reflect on him. So we're gonna do it. 5, 4, 2.
Born and raised in Anderson, South Carolina, Chadwick Boseman knew from an early age he wanted to be in show business. Coming from hard-working parents, initially wanting to write and direct, he wrote his first play as a high school student in reaction to a classmate who had been shot and killed. Graduating with degrees from both New York City's Digital Film Academy and Howard University, Chadwick Boseman pursued acting. With roles on shows such as Third Watch, Law & Order, and ER, he would then go on to star in films as real-life cultural icons. Baseball player Jackie Robinson in the movie 42, singer James Brown in the movie Get On Up, and Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall in the movie Marshall. Then, in 2016, he became an icon himself when he debuted as Marvel's Black Panther in Captain America Civil War. After the success of Civil War, Chadwick was given his own film to star in 2018's Black Panther. This movie would go on to gross over $1.3 billion worldwide, which would immortalize Black Panther as an icon in Black culture and would catapult Chadwick Boseman to a household name. He would go on to appear in the next 2 Avengers movies. All 4 appearances as Black Panther would total in over $1 billion in worldwide box office. To many, Chadwick was a real-life superhero. And knowing that he was battling with cancer for almost the entire time that he was Black Panther makes him an even larger inspiration. Chadwick would privately battle the disease with dignity and grace, continuing to star in movies and bringing the smile to the faces of children who were also suffering from cancer. The character of Black Panther united people from all races, a fact that Chadwick Boseman was personally very proud of. Though his life was cut short, his legacy will last forever. An icon, a king, a hero. Chadwick Boseman was 43 years old.
Big shout out to Nikki for making that. That was fantastic. But you asked me the other night if I minded if you made that last night, and I that was awesome, bud. And it shows that when you get knocked down, when you get back up. He did Black Panther, both Avengers movies, and the Spike Lee movie, at least, while battling cancer. And he actually continued to see children. So that's powerful. Like, that's so powerful that he could have been like, I'm going to battle this deuces and just disappeared. And instead, he lived his life. And they said he died last night at home with his wife and children, just like he wanted to. So to the family, the Boseman family, his kids, his wife, his mother's brother's sister, whoever, we at TMG Trivia, After Dark, whatever, just want to say Wakanda forever.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
another
think-
thing I would like to say is that he died of colon cancer. It's really important, guys. Get proper colon whatever colon cancer screenings that you have to get. I know it's inconvenient. Do it for your families so that you can be there for them. Donate where you can for cancer. It's alarming that it's 2020 and we still don't have a cure to this disease. So anything you can do. Chadwick was a real life hero. Like he's just like an actor that played a part, but that part meant a lot to a lot of people. Like, and like I'm looking around today, I realized that like he's everywhere. Like I got these Black Panther toys, I got the Black Panther poster. I haven't been this affected by a celebrity's death since Carrie Fisher, and even that, like that seemed like almost that her work wasn't done by any means, but was like her career was in its heyday a while ago, like during the original Star Wars. It really sucks to lose somebody that was in the prime of their career that just had so much more work to do. So that's what really affected me the most, and just like how much the world needs Black heroes right now, essentially. And he was one. It's devastating.
Excuse me. The fact that he was only 43 really kind of. I didn't know that. I thought he was a bit older, but then when I found out he was only 43, that kind of shook me because I'm a year older than that. I'm only 44. So, and I had my, screening for that last year, and it's to know that it's that never give up attitude that just keep going. I first came to notice him when during Get On Up, because I've always been a huge James Brown fan, and somebody that can play James Brown and Thurgood Marshall, and I always thought they need to do a Frederick Douglass movie, and he could have easily played Frederick Douglass. He was extraordinarily versatile. It's a shocking thing, but his legacy is not going to be diminished anytime soon, which is really cool.
Nikki brought up something that's really, if your doctor says you need a colonoscopy, do it.
Do it.
If you need your prostate examined, I know it's not the most pleasurable. Trust me, I've had it done before.
Mm-hmm.
But if if the doctor gets in there and feels something, it's easy to fix. For God's sakes, get yourself tested if you need to.
The earlier it's detected, like the easier it is to heal from. The fact that he was 43, that he was so young and was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer 4 years ago is alarming in itself, and should tell people. Like, I think the recommended age for colonoscopies, they start doing that at 40, 35, 40.
40,
they need to start doing it younger, because if Chadwick had this done 5 years ago, 6 years ago, there's a chance he'd still be here. So I mean, ask your doctor, see what your risk factors are, and like get those tests done, because frankly, we don't want to do this. But I said this earlier today. I never wanted to have to make a video memorializing Black Panther. Like that's just not. It's not right.
I think the first time I saw him, and I didn't remember the performance because, quite frankly, I forgot about this movie until I was looking at all his work and whatnot, and I was like, "Oh crap! I saw that movie." It was this movie called The Express. It's like a football movie.
Yeah,
came out like 12 years ago or something like that. And then, of course, 42 and Get On Up and Civil War. That's when I was like, "Oh, this guy can act." And then
Draft Day is a great choice too, because he was
Draft Day,
Haven. I didn't realize he was in Heaven or The Perfect Day.
Looking at it,
he's got a massive filmography. I mean, if you need something, whether it's mental health help or even just you think you're sick and you don't feel good. Don't be this person, "Oh, I'm going to get over it." Go get tested, because with COVID going around, with whatever, we don't need parents without, children without both parents or what have you. If wear a mask, wash your hands, get tested if you need to. Don't be one of these pricks that goes, "Oh, I can get over it." Just do it, because there's two faces on these screens that, either, myself or Papa could get sick and then they wouldn't have one of us. Alan's a dad. He knows the feeling. So I know this, usually we don't start this heavy, and I do apologize for that. But I figured we'd get the heavy stuff out of the way. Let's talk about
Go around the
really
panel
quick.
and see what everybody's favorite Chadwick Boseman movie is, perhaps.
Start it, buddy.
Okay, yeah, mine, my favorite is Black Panther. I mean, I watched that movie today. Like, my mother came over to, she asked me, "Do you want to watch Black Panther today, or would that be too sad?" I'm like, "No, that seems entirely appropriate."
Oh, Nikki.
Wow, Nikki cut out today.
He cut out. That's not the per usual.
And he says, "I have bad internet." Fuck yeah. I got better internet than him.
Well,
Hello.
okay.
I know, sir.
Matt,
Hold on,
you're supposed
Caleb
to be
wants to go.
serious
Go
here.
ahead.
Come on.
He says Black Panther. I think I have to go with. I don't even know. There's too many. I think I like him in.
Sorry about that, guys. There was something wrong on StreamYard, and it said there's something went wrong on our end. So sorry about that.
The Wakanda
That's
Forever
okay.
thing?
Caleb, while you were gone, Caleb did his. He chose Black Panther.
Yeah.
Devin, go ahead.
Great film. Devin, what's your favorite Chadwick?
I haven't
Chadwick
seen
Boseman
enough
film?
of them.
You've seen 4 of them at least.
Pick one, fool.
Pick one of the Avengers. He's horrible at picking favorites. I know you like Civil War.
Well, while he thinks
I
about
know
it,
you like Endgame.
mine's stuck between two. It's the Five Bloods or Marshall. I can't pick one because I just saw the Five Bloods recently, so it might be recency bias, but he was so good in that. Like his.
Nothing
All
on Netflix. You watch anytime.
Okay. Toby
Caleb?
wants to say something real quick.
Go ahead,
You
Toby.
do it?
Wakanda Forever.
Go ahead, bud. Do it too.
Wakanda
Did you hear
Forever.
him? Say it again.
Wakanda Forever.
Caleb. Go ahead. Loud.
Caleb's doing it too.
Wakanda Forever.
Caleb's doing it too.
All right.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, come on.
I took a video of him and Jamie doing it.
I will be right back. It's bedtime, so I will be right back. Aaron, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you guys want to go first? Because
Kids forever.
I wanted to go last just because I have a couple other things I can use to kind of end the conversation with.
Okay, then Alan, you go.
I'm gonna go. Get On Up is he's really good in that. I mean, James Brown is a character. I mean, it's a real life character, larger than life human being, and anybody to even attempt to do some of that stage performance stuff. That really, I was really impressed with that. And as far as Black Panther, my favorite, I think the best Black Panther movie is Civil War. I think it tells Black Panther's story in a nice, beautiful way. And I really love him in Infinity War too. So, yeah, those.
Jacob, do you want to go? Or Matt, had you gone yet?
I haven't gone yet. No.
Do not.
So he was skipping me for a reason. It's okay. Matt skips.
No,
me.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Devin,
Go ahead,
did you
Matt.
think of yours yet?
Now I'm struggling between two, and because a lot of the stuff he's done is really good stuff, but I think I'm gonna give the edge to 42. That's something I went just like a Sunday afternoon or something. Not a whole lot of people because it's Sunday and they're all at church. But I saw that with like 5 people, and yeah, that was the moment where I was like, okay, this guy, he can act. So yeah, it was that. And then of course Get On Up. It was like where's his Oscar nomination? He was so good.
Exactly.
Like,
where was his Oscar
he should have been
nomination?
nominated for both
Brown.
42
Yeah.
and for Get On Up.
Yeah.
No,
for
I
both,
agree.
yeah.
And we got to mention too that yesterday in Major League Baseball was Jackie Robinson Day,
Yeah.
and
There
that
you
just
go.
makes it was Jackie Robinson Day. It was the March on Washington. All the more reason why it was so devastating that we lost him yesterday, and particularly because 42, that movie, every single Major League Baseball player yesterday was wearing the number 42 because of Jackie Robinson, which he portrayed in that movie. Very underrated movie.
Right.
And he was so good in it. All right.
I think Jacob.
Papa.
Civil War is my favorite MCU movie. So that's definitely up there. And then also 42 on Draft Day.
Okay. And then I guess we wrap up with Aaron? Or did Matt not?
No, I went.
Matt went before.
Okay.
Jacob. Yeah, so I'm gonna agree with Matty, and at least for me, because I saw it when it like first came out. It's not recency bias to me. Da 5 Bloods is easily the best movie of this year, and in my opinion, at least, I think it is the best movie that came out this year, and it's got a long list of really great performances in it, but Chadwick Boseman's is right near the top. He for the small part he actually has in the context of the whole film itself, his character, and specifically in Maddie, you know the scene I'm talking about, the one scene where he gets his chance to shine, he takes it with every opportunity that he can and makes the most of it. I said before, unfortunately, he passed away. I would have said with the amount of movies we've had come out this year, I thought he was a real high shot for a Best Supporting Actor nomination. And I still believe he legitimately has a shot at it. Not that I would ever propitiate someone's death, but I think his passing may aid him in that, if anything is going to do it, so he can get that posthumous nomination. So what I was going to say was, I wanted to just point out something, because one of the things that I think a lot of people don't think about, or it's not publicly talked about as often, is the idea of, so like, we are movie fans. We watch film and we enjoy it and we critique it, and we have, praises and dismissals of things that happen within film. But someone like Chadwick Boseman as an actor, that is his, not only his job, but it is his craft. Specifically for him, it was his passion. And one of the things that I genuinely believe when I look at his whole filmography, and I was talking about this with a friend yesterday, which is why it was on my mind. Last year, he was in a movie called 21 Bridges. Now, for anyone who saw the movie, I did not think it was very good. I don't know what any of you guys would agree or disagree, but I did not think the movie was very good. In fact, actually, it was my least favorite film of last year.
Really? Oh my god!
I haven't seen it.
It wasn't for me. And I thought the movie in and of itself was really formulaic, and there was a lot of weird little filmmaking errors. The one that killed me personally was someone answers a phone and you can see the iPhone screen pop up in the background, like the phone's clearly not on, like little things like that, where it was just a, debut director. But that's not the point of this, right? We were talking about it, and my friend goes, oh, like, I don't even know if I could say anything bad about that movie now that he's gone. And I said, well, you still can, but you have to preface it with this. And I looked at his entire filmography. Chadwick Boseman, unfortunately, was not privy to not being in bad films. Obviously, like Nikki, you liked it, but I didn't like 21 Bridges. He was also in Gods of Egypt.
Is what made it, though.
He was also in Gods of Egypt, which wasn't very good.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But one of the things I can say when I look at his filmography, whether I thought the movie was amazing, terrible, or somewhere in between, his performance was never the thing that was bad about it. And if anything, his performance was the thing that elevated some of those more mediocre or bad films to a higher level. And
TV as well.
That is incredible to speak for in his ability as an actor. If he can watch something, or you can watch something that is not good, but you can go, he was really good in it. That says a lot for someone as an actor. And I think that only serves to aid in his legacy with what he's left. And that's the last thing I was going to bring. His career is still not over yet. He has, as of now, he has 2 projects that have still yet to air. One of which is he has an appearance in one of the episodes of the upcoming animated Marvel show What If, which will be his final portrayal of the character of Black Panther now. And the other, which leads into one of the news stories that I had pulled up, so I'll mention it now, is he has a Netflix film coming out called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is based on a August Wilson play. For anyone who
August
recognizes that, August Wilson is the same playwright who wrote Fences. So this is a film that is being produced by Denzel. It's going to be distributed by Netflix. I believe the director, I have it here. The director is George C. Wolfe.
When's this coming out?
So it was actually supposed to have a digital premiere on Monday, and Netflix released a statement saying that they were, and I'll pull it up to read, that they had made a decision to delay the event. Here is the quote. When
they're pushing it until November, right? November.
Here, so this comes directly from Netflix's CEO, Ted Sarandos. And he says, "We are heartbroken over," this was yesterday, "we are heartbroken over today's news of the passing of Chadwick Boseman, quote, a true fighter, as his family called him in their poignant tribute. This is an incredible loss. We are canceling Monday's preview event of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Please join us in sending your thoughts to his family and loved ones." And then he went on to release another statement. "Chadwick was a superhero on screen and in life, and it's impossible to imagine working at the level he has while valiantly battling his illness. His legacy as a person and an artist will inspire millions. Our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family during this difficult time." So Netflix has not decided when another date will be set, although obviously with his passing being very recent, that is not of the utmost important decision right now. But for anyone who was an extreme fan, just know his passing does not mean the end. If you have not seen Da 5 Bloods, I think Maddie's face said he doesn't agree with me with best film this year, but I think he would stand by and say it is a good film that you guys should check out. And it is on Netflix, so it's something most of you will have. And he does have at least 2 more projects coming up. Maybe there's 1 or 2 things that we didn't know about. That does tend to happen. Anton Yelchin had his final film like 3 different times. So maybe there's other stuff, but we do have at least 2 confirmed projects. But with the obvious moving on from this topic, I think we can all say rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
Can I say one thing, Aaron? I really like what you said about the fact that they were moving like the preview. I think this is them putting him in better position so that he can be honored properly. So from what you said about the film being Denzel and Fences.
So it is. So it's based on a play by the same guy who wrote Fences, and it is about a African-American jazz singer played by Viola Davis who is battling for creative control over her music against her producers who are white. And Chadwick's role in the film, I believe, if I remember correctly, is as a trumpeter who is a part of her musician group.
That tells me that they're trying to put him in his best position as possible to be nominated for like best supporting actor. Because even if Chadwick hadn't passed, just hearing Viola Davis, Denzel Washington, Fences, those are like buzzwords when it comes to Oscars. And the fact that they're pushing it tells me that they think that he needs to get the respect he deserves for the performance in this movie. So I'm honestly excited to see that. I did see like the What If like voice role. I'm excited about that as well. I'm very interested to see like how people handle it. But Maddie, what do you got?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, really quick before we get out of the more sad stuff. There were 2 other people who passed away. One today and one I think a day or 2 ago. I don't know if anybody here would know. Maybe Jacob would know. Cliff Robinson. I mean,
he played for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, he played for the Trailblazers. He passed away. He was only 10 years older than Chadwick.
I didn't get the chance to make a memorial for him, but my condolences. Sorry.
He passed, and then Lute Olson. He was a coach at Arizona. He passed away I think yesterday too.
2 days ago.
Matt, be
2
careful,
days ago.
Arizona is hot right now.
Yeah, but those two passed away. So before we moved on and got more jokey and stuff, I wanted to mention them.
Is there a cause of death for those two?
Not as of yet.
So Lute Olson, I would assume it's old age. He died at the age of 85.
85.
25 minutes or 23 minutes ago, actually. Cliff Robinson's cause of death, I guess, was released. So he had a year-long battle with lymphoma.
God, guys, cancer. We got to beat it.
Yeah, I wanted to mention them before we got all happy.
Like I said, good time to be amongst friends. Like, guys.
Yeah, I just this is kind of therapy to me, just to be able to, because it's gotten really stressful because I'm juggling my schooling and then teaching Caleb basically. It is hard. So just being around friends, I know if something is really weighing on me, I know for a fact I can reach out to any of you on the screen, and I would hope that you guys feel the same way with me about anything.
For sure, brother, for sure.
Because as Aaron would say, we are.
So, Alan.
And I'm going to y'all bitch
do me a favor.
What's that? Say it again.
Don't spoil it, but because me and Devin, we haven't actually seen any of Bill and Ted movies.
Oh my goodness.
Hopefully this week we can do like 1, 2, 3. My dad told me today that they were younger person movie and like kind of like hippie movies. So I'm not sure what to expect from it after that. Alan, I want to hear if you can give me like a spoiler-free thoughts.
Spoil-free.
The third movie and just the whole franchise as a whole, as a trilogy.
Well, the franchise, the trilogy. I'm glad it is. It's a really good trilogy because all three films do something different than the original. A lot of times sequels are just playing the tropes of the original, but Bogus Journey actually does something completely different, which is kind of cool and fun. The third one is kind of it plays a little bit like a greatest hits, but it plays like a greatest hits of, okay, we've got all this nostalgia happening now. What happens when that runs out or that isn't good enough? And you have to rely on what your legacy is going to be. And I think that right now, and a lot of times we're talking about legacy, and why I brought up, the whole Chadwick Boseman, his legacy is secure. I mean, it's a tragedy and a shame that we lost him, but he didn't waste a moment on this planet. And I think that's really what this film kind of says to me is don't waste your moments. Grab life by the horns, and hold on tight, and don't be afraid to do things. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. And I think it's really cool to see Keanu, his as an actor. Talking about another actor who's very versatile and goes through a lot of stuff. I mean, we've all seen bad Keanu. We've all seen bad Keanu, but we've also seen the Keanu-sans. And then to have him go back, he didn't need to do this, but to have him go back and to bring us Alex Winter back. Alex Winter is a performer who is brilliant, and I mean brilliant in his comedic timing and his visual style. He's one of those guys that he didn't need a big paychecks. He just went off and did his thing, and that was it. He's an artist. But to have him and Keanu team up again to tell this really sweet story. I mean, this is a movie that I had no problems with my kids watching.
Okay. And did your son see the first two?
And
my son is only, the first two are kind of, the second one gets a little bit darker in tone, a little bit. But it's still a cartoon in real life, and it's still these unbelievable things.
So you would say
Looney
that
Tunes,
you are
exactly.
essential for watching the third one.
Yeah. No, you do not have to watch the first two to watch the third one.
Oh, you don't?
Honestly,
I'm gonna anyway.
No, you should because they're fantastic. But the third one really gets. I mean, it's wacky as hell, and there's only one part of it that I left but then they answered for it a little bit. and they got a lot of the original cast back, almost everybody, which was really cool, in minor roles, and it was really awesome. It's just a lot of fun. It's exactly what we need right now as a society, to remember there's still good in the world, and there's still things that unite us. And that's what this movie really tells me.
Nikki, have you seen the movie Always Be My Baby? Or maybe on
My
Netflix?
Maybe, yeah.
No, but I want to. A, because I love that song, and B, because I heard good things about it. I just kind of forgot about it.
It's good.
It's kind of, if you had seen it, you'd understand what I'm getting at. It's one of those feel-good movies. Like
I'm still pushing for a karaoke night. That's one of the songs that could be on the set list.
Well, if we can actually do that on Twitch one of these nights, but we'll get to that.
That'd be great.
Nikki, I've seen the first two countless times. I showed it to Caleb recently because
Do you like it?
He loves them. They're so much fun. It's kind of one of those movies that you can just put on, pop some popcorn, and just sit around and enjoy.
Will probably love it.
Oh, it's so good. I wish I could. It feels like a John Hughes movie where I know that's
weird. I wish you hadn't said that.
No,
I hate John Hughes movies. Oh, I'm the worst. I know. I just didn't go to high school, so I don't relate to them.
Get out of here with that crap.
Well, I think maybe that you'll be able to relate a lot more to this.
Why does Keanu Reeves look like Alan Rickman in this movie?
Because Keanu Reeves, we need to remember Keanu Reeves is old.
Yeah.
You don't have the John Wick makeup in this one.
He's the only person that can look younger with a beard.
Here's what I will say. Sorry,
go ahead.
I was going to say, as someone who hasn't seen, I also have not seen either of the first two, but I have them. Like, I already went and rented them on Amazon, and my plan is I'm going to watch them and then go see the third one because it is playing at a theater near me.
It is playing at a theater.
And it's on digital too. You can't.
Here's my selling pitch. I did not last night. I was working at the theater. I was not in any of the theaters this movie was playing in. I was not in any of them, but I walked in at the end of one to pick up a check for one of the other servers, and I walk in, I'm not paying attention, and I look up. The person stiffed me. It doesn't matter. So I walk in, and I look up, and I swear to you not, all I see is Billings Head playing guitar while Kid Cudi goes to heaven, and that's enough of a sales pitch.
Kid Cudi should go to heaven for that collab he had with Lady Gaga.
All right, let me say this. This shows my age huge. When Kid Cudi came into the movie, I have no idea who that is.
I don't know.
Yeah, one song with Lady Gaga where they took an acoustic version of
I have no clue.
in a radio station and then mixed it with a rap. So that's the only reference I know of Kid Cudi. It's only because they took the acoustic version of Poker Face and rap to it.
I've never heard of
it. To try and clear it up for you, Kid Cudi's a rapper who's been around for a little while now. He's kind of a part of like the Kanye camp. So he works so he worked a lot with Kanye during like 808s and Heartbreaks and Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. He's also worked with Travis Scott a lot recently. So he's kind of in that group.
Okay, why they keep repping the 808? Are any of them ever been to Hawaii? Because 808's our area code.
808 is more about the drums, I think.
If you want to get technical, one of Kanye's albums that he was a feature on was recorded in Hawaii, so he's been at least there. He's at least been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kanye recorded one of his albums in Hawaii.
808 is a type of drum that is popular in rap songs.
Okay. And this movie is very self-aware. Like Alec.
Oh God, yes.
They are very self-aware that they are movies, but they don't break the fourth wall sort of thing. But they take the fact that they can get away with a bunch of shit, and they absolutely do it, and it's so fun.
Yeah. William Sadler in this one is absolutely amazing. He's the perfect. It's the perfect example of a character that everybody wanted to come back, and they use him just enough and perfectly. I mean,
Did they-
spot on, perfectly.
Did they
He
do
Shout out to
exceeds all
Ryan for
expectations.
interviewing him, too.
Did they do anything with George Carlin?
They have a nice little tribute to George. They do.
Okay.
They have a really nice little tribute to him, and
Because
it's
I knew
really
he was.
beautiful.
I knew he was in the first two, but for
Yeah.
obvious reasons, he is not in this.
Yeah,
one.
he's not in the server. And they do a nice little beautiful. Keanu has this one little move that he does towards the thing, and it almost brought tears to my eyes. It was really cool.
So, okay, on a scale of 1 to 5, Alan, 1 being, great, or 1 being just dumpster fire, 5 being, Oscar worthy, what would you put that?
I'm gonna go 5. I think it hit every note I wanted it to do. It was really it was perfect for me. Now I can see some of the flaws and some of the things I've read reviews that they talk about, but you know what? Expectation wise, this one hit everything I wanted it to do and beyond. And it is one of those movies you can just sit back, throw on, or if it's on as you're flipping channels later on in life, you can just watch the whole thing. And the characters, because Keanu, and I keep going back to Keanu and Alex being, too big for certain things, but they play multiple versions of themselves, and it's beautiful. And the makeup, they do practical makeup in this, son.
Yeah, I saw that on
awesome.
They were there the other night. They had beards. They were buff, like they were in jail.
No, they do
like
practical makeup, which looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
They had
I
muscle
love
suits
it.
on. It was weird.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go 5. I'm going 5.
They say that kids make movies better to watch, especially like if your kid likes the movies. Would you say this is one of those movies?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that might have something to do with it. Because my son was so into it. I don't know. But we just it was one of those moments. And last night we watched Goblet of Fire because my kids love that movie. So
That's
one
the
I
only
really
Harry Potter movie I haven't seen yet, but Bob Pattinson is in it and David Tennant's in it, so I probably should.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You probably should. And
Right.
the only
I saw
scene I really
1
like
through
that is the
3
end.
and
What's
5
that?
through 7, but skipped 4.
Yeah, that's kind of
So,
weird.
4 was coming out
Especially
during
has
a
the
hard
greatest
time in my
Voldemort
life.
moment ever.
And then 5,
That's my
5
favorite.
my dad
Harry
wanted to
Potter
see, and
movie.
I fell asleep during the movie in the theater.
That's my
Wow.
favorite Harry
Yeah.
Potter movie.
6, so and then 6 like a few years later. I saw 6 like 2 years after it came out. 6 was my favorite.
I think 6 is really good.
Whoa. Hold on. Wait, hold on. 6 as in
Half-Blood Prince.
Deathly Hallows Part
Half-Blood
1?
Prince. No, Half-Blood Prince. Deathly Hallows Part 1. That's what got me off of the bandwagon because I was back on it with Half-Blood Prince. And then I was off of it with Deathly Hallows Part 1 because I hated Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Oh, see,
Deathly Hallows Part
And
Two.
I hated Half-Blood Prince.
Thank you.
Oh, no, man.
Somebody on my side. Somebody on my
Dude,
side.
It is-
but like
it
the
is a
thing that
complete
happens, the guy
waste
does the
of a
thing to
film.
the other guy at the end.
It's a waste of a book too. I'll be honest with you. Half-Blood Prince is a terrible. It's
There were some
unnecessary.
good things in the
Beyond.
book, at least.
So-
They didn't put it in the movie.
I was going to
Good
say,
stuff in the book, they left out.
I was going to say, as somebody who really does like the movie, because to me, what I enjoy, because I really like Half-Blood Prince, and I also really like Deathly Hallows Part 1. And one of the reasons I enjoy them is because out of all the franchise, those are the 2 movies that I think give, especially the 3 leads, the most opportunity to actually show you what they can do as actors. Because a lot of the earlier movies, they don't get those moments all the way. Most of it goes to
They didn't
Harry.
even wear jeans until the 3rd one.
That's true.
And so,
I think I like that, Aaron. I think I agree with that. But I think they did that in Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. And they didn't, because my problem with Half-Blood Prince. Sorry.
And here's what I'll say. I was gonna say in terms of agreeing with you in terms of like it's a waste. I'm not gonna say totally it's a waste of a book, but as a book, 6 feels like a prelude to 7 more than it does like a full book. And so when you have a film that's adapting a book that feels like a prelude, and then you go and make the last book into a prelude film and the finale, I do get where it's like there's a weird thing there where it's like you have 2 movies of mostly dramatic acting, not a lot of action, a lot of build up. Then obviously everyone's wet dream happened in 7 Part 2, so I guess it pays off. But
Right. My favorite
that
part
was
of
my biggest
Half-Blood
thing with. So go ahead, man.
My favorite part of Half-Blood Prince was when Dumbledore died because finally something happened in
I
this
tried to
movie.
be very big on that.
Something finally happened.
Something finally happened, exactly.
The book's over 10
And-
years old. Let's go.
And what they were trying to get, the whole thing
I
with
haven't watched it
Horcruxes
yet,
and
so
all that
thanks
stuff.
for spoiling that.
Sorry. The whole thing with Horcruxes and all that stuff,
Mhm.
that could have been within Order of the
Definitely.
Phoenix or within
Yeah.
Deathly Hollows Part
We
1.
could have explained it.
We
Horcrux
did
is
not
such a
need
cool word.
all of that. It's a great
I love
word.
the
It's a
word
great word.
Horcrux.
It's a great concept. But a whole movie on trying to extract this memory from Slughorn, this character we never knew about until right now, and it's
Yeah.
just a whole book for that? Come
The
on,
best part of
man.
that movie is the
And-
dog.
and-
Just, ugh.
And that's
At
what
least
I'll
make
agree
it
with you on.
at least make it about Snape. If we're gonna focus on Snape, if we're gonna do who is this Half-Blood Prince, the whole thing could have been about Snape instead of Slughorn. I mean, it just didn't make any damn sense.
Yeah, and on that front, I will agree with you on that front. In terms of its plot, it is a little wasteful and a little weirdly all over the place. To me, though, what makes it really work is especially the play off of Daniel Radcliffe, Jim Broadbent, and Michael Gambon, the three of them off of each other throughout the whole film. They have a great rapport with each other in terms
They
of
do.
they're
Get on
playing
Harry
their
Potter.
given.
I love the Slughorn scene in the movie where he he's a chair and that
On
whole
the chair in the
interaction.
house, yeah.
I love all that. And Broadbent's his acting is fantastic. It's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
But
See,
it's unnecessary.
And see, I'm one of these people, I like all of them for special reasons. I was a kid. I was in 5th or 6th grade when the first 7th grade. I don't remember. Junior high when the first movie came out, and I was in 5th grade when I read the first book. Like my parents bought it for me as soon as it came out.
That lines up.
Graduate school.
But I know I'm 31.
I wasn't born yet.
My favorite.
I was just a little sperm one day.
Damn you, A-Rod. Get him out of here. Thank you. He was a zygote.
I wasn't even a fucking thought.
I was a
My
thought.
favorite movie is the 4th one. Like I absolutely love the 4th one. I think what it does is it opens the world up because the first 3 are really almost self-inclusive. You know, the whole thing basically takes place at Hogwarts. Hogwarts is his aunt and uncle's house or the Weasley house. That's pretty much the only, or Hogwarts. In 4, it opens the world. So we know how big this world is. I mean, yes, they show us, in the beginning, they're going through London, yada, yada, yada. But in the 4th one, you really start to learn what's going on in the world. So I really appreciate that. And it's funny that we got on this topic because I was flipping through the TV channels and I look up and Harry Potter is actually on. And I do believe it is Half-Blood Prince.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But
I had to pull a magic guy. I don't have a Harry Potter toy, but I got Shazam. So.
Fire.
I love though in Goblet of Fire. I love how like the book and the movie are different when Dumbledore is confronting Harry about his name being in the thing. Because in the book he's all calm about it, but in the movie he's super like,
put your name in the Goblet of Fire.
He is
let's just say, how much better is Michael than Richard Harris as Dumbledore? Come on now.
Dude,
he was the quintessential Dumbledore. He's the man. I love it.
Oh,
all right. Looks like you got some tail, Papa. Oh, there it is. There's the rest of it.
But no, Maddie
and tongue and everything.
Right?
No, but Maddie and Alan,
Miley Cyrus, that
Bill
cat.
and Ted. Right. You guys saw Bill and Ted this weekend. I could have saw Bill and Ted today. However, the most anticipated movie of all time and New Mutants.
I love
the movie for 100 years. I finally saw that.
100 years.
Like we were talking about all these like crazy things in 2020. The craziest thing is that New Mutants actually came out.
And that's the one thing I will say. I regret not seeing Bill and Ted in the movie theater.
And it's in theaters. Like, who would have known? I would have bet a year ago that New Mutants went straight to Hulu or Disney Plus.
Well,
I would have too.
Do you want to know why it's in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Because there's nothing else.
There was a contractual thing with Fox when the deal went down that they had to put it in theaters. They couldn't stream it. It's contractual.
That makes total sense.
Disney would have
Bang.
put it on Disney
I
Plus
have to
a long
wonder,
time ago if they could.
I have to wonder though, with COVID, if they could have like reworked that due to the fact that the fucking world shut down. I wonder
Right?
if
They could have got it.
You think it would have happened by now if they could have?
Yeah,
I would have
it
watched
would
it
have
by now.
already happened.
But if they have to put it on, right now is the perfect time to do it. So
Yeah, are we gonna?
There's nothing on Disney Plus. Like
Matt
nothing.
said it was pretty good too.
Yeah,
Okay, hold on. Which is better, Goblet of Fire or Half-Blood Prince?
Books or movies?
Movies.
Movie, which is better?
Which is better?
Please say Goblet of Fire.
Say Goblet of Fire.
Come on, make it.
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Okay, there we go.
Good job, Alan's wife.
what's your
Which is
favorite
better?
Harry Potter movie so far?
Alan, your wife's pretty.
Yes,
Your wife's pretty.
she is pretty. They agree. You're hot. I got lucky.
Where do I get one of those?
Where do you get one of these?
Alan, you should give her, you know.
Hey, she has a twin.
Hey, Alan,
I
I'm
live
gonna
in
send
Massachusetts.
I'm gonna send Alan my cell phone number. You can just send it to her right now.
They were.
We'll do. We'll
Thank
do.
you.
I think Crypto wants to.
Mama West's favorite is Chamber of Secrets.
Is it really?
Ooh.
Can you ask her? Hey,
Chamber of Secrets is a good one.
give her a headphone. I have a question for her.
Okay.
For who?
For Mama West.
For Mama West? Yeah, that's a controversial favorite. Chamber
Apparently
of
that's a
Secrets.
controversial favorite.
Better than Half-Blood
Come
Prince.
on now. I don't know anybody likes Chamber of
Hey,
Secrets.
we've only seen the first
I
four.
understand what she's saying.
Why is it controversial?
Well,
No, I just have
Because it's one of the more kid-friendly ones. That's why. I think
Is
it's
that why?
kid-friendly, but at the same time scary. I think Chamber of Secrets is my second favorite.
I
okay.
like the ending of it though. Like,
No, I love it. I love the John Williams score. Like you said, the first Dumbledore is better than the second Dumbledore. It's the last time we get to see him. I think Chamber of Secrets is definitely a superior movie than
Opposite of what we just all
Now,
agreed on.
okay. I do like Chamber of Secrets because it does set up something that runs through the whole movie. The relationship between Harry and Ginny.
Yeah,
Caleb actually wanted to put it.
that's what I mean. It's cute.
Question for it. Got a big ass poster from them because of that. When we went to Spectacular, he got called up on stage and was asked, who plays Ron's wife or Ron's sister, Harry's wife, and he actually answered Ginny. So we have a big ass poster of what are they? Kalinowski Smith or Kalinowski Cushing.
That's another good wife. Good way to wife, Ginny. Nice.
So I actually appreciate that answer because of the fact that it's one of those. It builds a thread that runs through the whole franchise.
The snake stuff is cool. The giant snake stuff, that's cool.
The Basilisk is
It's a
cool, and I will
not a
admit,
snake.
I love Kenneth Branagh in that movie.
Yeah, Brandon's funny.
Snakes scare me. So I live in Arizona, and
I love it. And when Hermione gets turned to stone, that's scary.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
My favorite part of Chamber of Secrets is that
What's
I finally
that,
got a
Papa?
Harry Potter question right in the family without guessing.
There you go.
Guessing is good though.
So it doesn't count. I mean,
What was the
Jacob,
question?
Jacob, when we get Harry Potter questions, you sure make my back hurt.
I know. It won't happen anymore, though. I promise.
As long
Is that
as
why you're
they're
watching them?
original four.
I had a fandom match against someone who used it as a strength, and I'm like, I have to watch him eventually, so why not now?
I said that about Lord of the Rings, and then I watched the first Hobbit movie, and I'm like, nah. Can't do
Lord of the
it.
Rings is
Don't watch
great,
the
though.
Hobbit movies,
If
bro.
you don't
The
read,
Hobbit movies are
here's the thing,
trash.
if you haven't read the books, you can't like those movies. In this
Oh,
day and age, if you're not a fan of the books, you can't watch them.
I
Hold on,
don't
the
know
only
the
Hobbit-
second one that
The only Hobbit movie is.
Time. We're like all talking over each
I was
other.
able
We are.
Back it. Eric, go ahead, Eric.
I'm the
Let's
pumpkin by
kind
my
of-
ass.
I was going
Well,
to say, as someone who will piss off multiple portions of the internet in this statement right here, and Alan, take notes for the match we're recording tomorrow.
Okay.
I have only read The Hobbit, and I have only seen the first Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh!
I only just saw only just saw it. I only just saw it recently, and I do plan on watching the rest because they're all on HBO. Out of 10, with no context of Lord of the Rings, out of 10, I gave it a 9.5. You do not need to read the books to enjoy those movies. They are masterclass.
That first one was terrible. Oh my god, that's the most boring movies I've ever seen in my life.
It is pretty. I'll give you that.
Wait, which one?
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
He's out.
I understand where he's
I was talking about Fellowship. No, I really was. When I saw that movie when I was about 15 years old, I hated it.
I need to get Disney Plus and HBO again. I need to get those back.
I'll watch it again this week. I will.
I need to get those back because unfortunately
good for you.
That was directed
not
you.
My paycheck's been all fucked up lately, so we lost Disney Plus and HBO. So I really need to I don't know if I need to start stealing somebody's password or what, but
you need to get a password, bruh.
For Disney Plus account. So
what?
You can use up to 7 users per Disney Plus account.
Well, I don't have one, so it doesn't matter.
No, what I'm saying is
he's gonna let you maybe possibly get up on that.
Hashtag jam that jam. JB3, what's up, buddy?
JB3.
But all right. So we've talked about that. Let's talk. Yeah, you have anything?
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought it was a good time for it. Yeah.
Devin's got the look of I live with this guy.
He doesn't. He lives next door. Bad enough.
All right. Well, on that note,
Aaron, do you have anything else happy you want to talk about?
I have a lot of different interesting news stories. So after coming off of our somber opening and Harry Potter discussion, I can start with something simple, or I can take this to the furthest place we could possibly go from that.
Take it all away, right away.
Let's dive head first into that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Okay, here is this is going to take a minute to explain. So here's a hell of a story. All right, so there is an actress by the name of Bella Thorne who started out on Disney Channel a long time ago. Well, a couple years later and one Pornhub directing gig later, she recently opened an OnlyFans account. Now, if you don't know what OnlyFans is, this is essentially a site where sad, desperate, lonely men go on and pay way too much money to see random women naked.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll tell you right now, I got 8 women that love me very much.
On there. Now I understand what they were saying.
That love me very much on there.
Okay,
yeah, somebody told me I should get one of those accounts, but I know what they were saying now.
Bro,
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Girls a lot of money, and they really put me out. So fuck you.
Should we what that other thing means now?
No, maybe our guest next week when we get to announcing who it is, he may be able to.
I'm very happy. I'm happy right now. Maybe it's depression.
So let me continue.
It's the end of the world, but I'm digging this.
So the story doesn't end here. So after opening the OnlyFans account, the first thing that happened was she broke records on it by making over $2 million in just a day. Then the other thing that happened following that was she went under fire because people realized the pictures she was posting were not completely nude, and so OnlyFans broke because people were requesting refunds on the purchases they had made towards her account. It was so bad it forced them to change their payment guidelines. So the third thing that happened is she then came out and said that the reason she joined OnlyFans is for research for an upcoming movie, and then hinted/dropped that director Sean Baker of Tangerine and the Florida Project is the person involved in the movie. Well, now the latest development in that is director Sean Baker himself has come out and made a statement. My computer wants to stop scrolling past it. Can we go back up?
Scroll.
I would like to make it. Jesus. I would like to make it clear that the news of me making a film, documentary, or fiction narrative about OnlyFans and using Bella Thorne as research is false. I am not attached to this project. I'm actually in development on 2 features that I've put years of research and love into, and neither of these films has anything to do with Miss Thorne or her OnlyFans. He then released another statement where he said, earlier this month, I had a private discussion with Miss Thorne and discussed a possible collaboration in the far future that would focus on her life and the circumstances leading to her joining OnlyFans. On that call, I advised her team to consult with sex workers and address the way she went about this as to not hurt the sex work industry. This has been the extent of my involvement. So he has 100% distanced himself from all the weirdness that is happening on the internet.
Okay, I have a lot to say about that. First off, it's 2020. If somebody catches you doing porn, it's fine. Don't lie about it. Just say, yeah, you're the one that was looking at it.
Bingo.
And in this time, everybody's struggling. So, you know what? If they're going to do that and they're getting paid, more power to them. You know what?
Right? Come on.
You know what? Okay.
Charge people.
She shouldn't have lied about it, though. That's all I'll say. Is just say, dude, yeah.
Well, no, hold on. What I'm getting at is in the burner community, we all know Matty G goes to Burning Man, etc. We can don't get past that. Nudity is common. If you go there, people walking around naked isn't a big deal there. Whatever. Hell, there was a woman 1 year that was actually giving out breast milk to people to drink because of all the vitamins. So shit like that, they're people. I have friends of mine that have OnlyFans accounts and they put out content. But you know what? So what? The only thing that's bullshit there is she lied about it and she said that they were full nude and they weren't. That was foul on her.
I would like
to
say...
I would say lied about it is saying that she was involved in the director.
I would like to say the joke that I made earlier is not to take offense towards anyone who uses it one way or the other. I'm not going to judge anyone for what they do. It was just a joke because it's an easy setup.
We don't kink shame on TMG After Dark.
Definitely. Don't kink shame. Yeah, Maddie, I might be one of those friends of yours that has an OnlyFans. Just saying. I don't post a single thing, but I'm on there.
OnlyFans is a porn.
Aaron just had to do some self-reflection because he's subscribed to
He just did a spit take.
Because the soundboard got knocked over. I tried to steady it and it got knocked over. So OnlyFans is a porn site, correct?
Okay.
Yes and no.
It's not really.
No. Yes and no.
Okay. So the nudity is not required.
Nudity is not required.
No, but you mark. So
I can explain this.
Might as well.
What it is, it's for lack of better terms, it's like Facebook.
I've heard of it.
However, when women, people, whatever, you sign up for an account. However, you don't have to post pictures or anything, but people post their pictures and they put them behind a paywall. You pay so much money, you can get this video. You pay this much money, you can get these pictures. And when you pay for them, they're supposed to be porn, full nude, whatever. That's why they're behind a paywall.
Some aren't, though.
Some aren't completely, but
as I learned.
So it's like getting porn, but you have to pay for it.
So it's like you. So if I were to do this, I would post a picture of myself just like right here on TMG After Dark.
Yeah.
And then people would pay. I want to see you naked, and then I would have to give them naked pictures.
Well, this is how, because I am very, very, very experienced in this field. So there are 2 ways you can go about it, or people that post go about it. One is you can do it where it's like you can join their page. It's free, but if you want to see pictures, videos, then you pay what the price is based on what that person thinks it should be.
I'm going to screen cap this moment and see if anybody is going to pay for that.
Hey. 7 guys on a camera.
No, not the 7 guys, just me.
Oh, just you.
You're not taking my money.
When you
call it,
you do got a purty mouth.
Okay,
I know, right?
So
but the other,
go ahead, Maddie.
Okay, the second option you could do is you can set your page up and have a charge right up front for them to view anything on your page. So let's say you wanted to charge $4.
An ongoing segment.
Yeah, so you charge $4, and then people join, and then once they join, then they get everything free. Yeah,
okay,
man.
so yes, so this play.
Let's see how many people we get by the end of the year.
I was gonna say. So what Maddie just explained plays into part of the controversy. This is the deeper detail in it. One, her account was launched with an actual marketing campaign. Like if you go on her Instagram page, there is a marketing campaign for her launching her OnlyFans, and I believe she had both payment services. So she set up a subscription where you had to pay in anyways, and then there was supposed to be separate paid content that people were buying. Neither were fully new. And so that's where the controversy and the push for refunds started coming from. Devin's got his hand in his face like a disappointed father.
And for those who are curious, I've made $0. What's up, Salvador Scribidababa? How you doing, man? Great time for you to enter in.
Sounds like how you describe your penis.
No, that's my buddy Sal right there. What's up, dude?
Oh, hey,
Sally.
I thought it said Sylvester.
No, he joins us for a lot of our like Cadis Silvis. He was very active in the chat.
Oh, that's right.
I was gonna say I recognize the name. He was here the other night.
Yeah. When we
had a very active chat the other night, and you were in it. I want to point out we did that on Tuesday, and by I got up at like 6:30 time. We had over like 100 views. That is one of our most viewed shows we've done. So because it was me and Aaron.
It was barely me. I don't think I said anything for the last 20 minutes.
I think people saw that I wasn't on. They're like, "Oh, thank God he's not on."
Thank God.
It's like, thank God I don't have to deal with that guy.
The girl with the red hair, I liked her.
Oh, Bella Thorne?
What was her name?
No, do you know she has an OnlyFans?
What's up, Dixie?
Alan got bored with the conversation.
Not gonna lie, it was kind of boring.
That was awesome. This is weird.
Do you want me to pull out another story, or should I let him go?
Let's it out.
Hasn't on his account, and he hasn't posted any on there. No, he hasn't posted any content on there at all because he forgot his password to his OnlyFans. So now he's poor and he doesn't live anywhere at all. He's actually broken to a home. That's why he's on here, and now he's gonna have to leave in an hour or two because people.
I don't know what's worse.
We're gonna be on a red stripe commercial, guys.
Backing vocals.
The fact that we had the yay as the backing was nice.
When are we doing karaoke day?
I know we got to do this.
I think the only rule should be we have to pick each other's songs. That would make it interesting. So like we do like some sort of random Santa sort of thing. But we have to pick each other's song.
Sal, wait. Sal, what's tomorrow?
Movie night. Movie night, right?
Game.
Well, yeah, I'm a Mania, but what I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. Sal, what are you talking about?
He's in jail because he broke.
I'm trying to figure out
I thought Maddie was trying to say something. I was like, Alan. And
no, he's on the run again because the people found
Aaron, what else do you have
to home.
What news we got?
Children. I work with children.
So this is a no, go ahead.
As Alan finishes playing with his pickle.
The Pickle. That was the name of that damn movie. I said the last movie Mania. I was Danny Aiello. It was called The Pickle. Dang it! And no, that's not even. I'm gonna embarrass myself. I'm gonna embarrass myself right now. The fact that I didn't say do the right thing for Danny Aiello is a shame on me. Is a shame on me.
Are you gonna be on Movie Mania tomorrow?
Oh, Okay.
Game night. Tomorrow night. Sunday.
So
that's what we did last week. That's why you don't know about it. It was
so
Sunday night.
Sal,
I hate chat.
It's fun.
It's a bullshit group that we do. Sal, Chris, Smith, and a couple of other of our friends did Crucible last week, and like we talked about. They're going to be discussing their experience, and I will absolutely share the links in our pages. I'm so glad you reminded me of that. This has been a chaotic as hell week.
That was the high point of this week.
It was so fun. Like it.
It's like, yeah, come on. Enough is enough.
And Nikki, you're right. That was so. When we had the Cadence Silvis guys on, that was.
Thank you for doing that, though.
That made me happy.
Like, didn't I put the kid to bed already? What is this?
This is like, you know, when you're so sad that you're happy. That's what this is.
Yes, that's what this is. That's what this is for sure. Yes.
I work with fucking children. So,
Hey, I'm legally an adult. Can't drink yet, but I'm legally an adult.
No.
Yeah, but you're in Florida, so.
We're gonna
get away with it.
Matty, Aaron, do you have anything new?
Hey.
Do I am.
Yeah,
I'm just letting whatever's happened happen. I
Yeah,
have
what
to
is
do
and she just doesn't know what to do. She's kind of like Joe Biden. She doesn't know where to go.
I wanted to hear more of that.
All right.
If we slow it on Biden, I'm all with that. I'm with that.
Let's not get banned by the whole
please. I need to hear what he says.
It was in the moment.
Everybody except here. What were you saying about Joe Biden? He looks
I was
like
thinking
Joe
about
Biden.
a grandma who got lost and doesn't know where she was.
Right.
And I said, Joe
Everybody
Biden.
stop. I have to hear this.
No, he was. Here we go. Let's try again. My grandma.
No, stop, please. I need to hear this.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were doing the song.
No more Joe Bidens. Your poor
Matt,
grandma.
You're
just saying.
He was doing the song, and I was talking about a grandma who
He
got
was
lost,
talking
and I
about-
said, just like Joe Biden.
So you were
Just like Joe
singing
Biden,
on.
don't know where he is.
Okay.
Don't know what day it is. Don't
All
know
right,
where
Alan,
he at.
I'm
Yes.
conducting it. You play more gently. Here, sing louder. Go.
I got to keep my peeps quiet. You got the little tiny one.
Well,
Grandma.
All right, play gently,
All right,
Alan,
no,
and Matt
let's-
will try to sing it again.
Oh no, let's go on to Aaron. Aaron, you got the next topic.
I
Let's
wanted
go.
to hear the lyrics.
That's what
I'm
it's
sure you
called,
did.
Nikki.
But it just comes to my mind.
It's just whatever he's free balling. I mean, what freestyling?
I forget.
Now we
Once
know
I
you're
say it,
thinking about.
it goes away. I forget it.
Always.
Just like Joe
All right.
Biden.
Shazam!
All right, Aaron, what's
All right.
next?
I'm just hanging on. Wait. All right. Okay, sure. So here's one. So earlier this week, Paramount announced a date set and a date change for two of its upcoming films. The first is the upcoming G.I. Joe Origins film Snake Eyes, which sees Crazy Rich Asian star Henry Golding portray Snake Eyes.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's
And
funny.
the second? The second, Aaron?
Yeah. So
He's dead.
So the Snake Eyes prequel will see Henry Golding portray Snake Eyes. Originally, the movie was set to come out in 2 months this October, on October 23rd, 2020. Why am I hearing my voice?
Hey, there was a weird echo for a minute.
Okay. The movie has now been flipped back by 1 year. So it's going to come out October 21st, 2021. Not much else is known except for that. I do know offhand that the director is Robert Schwenke, who is known for directing the last two Divergent films. So that doesn't help.
I don't have a problem with this. It's not the
Say his name again.
Robert I think Schwentke or Schwenke. He's German.
Are we including the Divergent movie that never got made?
No, he was not attached to that one in any capacity.
Okay.
He
I
said
thought he was going to be a part of it.
You booyah!
No. He left and they got a different guy before that crashed and burned.
Okay. We never got the show because nobody wanted to do the show.
Nobody. We don't.
It deterred everyone.
Nobody needs to see the end of that. But anyways, the other one, which I think you guys might actually be more interested in, is Scream 5. Now, we know, we do have a little bit of information on Scream 5. We know that the film is set to be directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette, who are the directors behind Ready or Not. And we know that Courtney Cox and David Arquette are set to return, with the rumor being Nev Campbell will also be joining them. We also have now confirmed that the two people writing the screenplay will be, let me get the names correct, Guy Busick, who is the co-writer with the directors on Ready or Not, and the other writer will be James Vanderbilt, who among other projects has worked on films like The Amazing Spider-Man and David Fincher's Zodiac. Scream is now set for a January 14th, 2022 release date.
Okay. One thing that worries me there, it's a January release. That's the only thing that...
Bad Boys 3. That's the one thing that should ease your mind.
So I think part of the reason they went for that date is because their original plan when this was announced towards the start of the year was they were aiming for end of 2021. So I believe the January release date is just a state of it's as close to our date as we can get. Rather than pushing it a whole year, we just pushed it back a little bit.
I think it's smart because there's nothing in January.
Was it 22 or 23?
22.
So we're like, okay, I'm gonna go first because we all know I'm the certified horror junkie here.
Absolutely.
I am fucking sold for it. Like, Ready or Not came out of fucking nowhere. Like, we all know I just watched it recently. I went back and rewatched it the other day. It was actually really good. I like the premise of it. I love the way
it's good.
I love the way it was written, and I love the fact that it had we keep going back to it, but Cabin in the Woods feel. The way it ended, you know, literally they had to deal with the fucking devil, and you know, they all explode. Shocked.
Did Sigourney Weaver show up at the end?
No.
That was the worst part of Cabin in the Woods for me. It's like,
I
why
watched
are you
Ready
here?
or Not on a plane, and it was the worst idea to watch it at that moment because I didn't
it's
realize until I got off the plane there was a little kid behind me that could see everything.
That's
Last movie I
awful.
watched on a plane was Jarhead.
Oh man,
Ooh.
the
That was
worst
the last
movie
time
to
I
watch
thought
on a
about it.
plane is Final Destination.
How about
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
Snakes
that's
on a
what
plane is the
Spider-Man
best.
coming on
I
a
looked
plane.
for
Snakes on a
Flight,
plane is awesome.
and they didn't have it.
you know, I actually, we all know my biggest fear is snakes. I really, Snakes on a Plane came out. I was really hesitant to watch it. I didn't watch it in theaters because I knew I couldn't make it through it. I watched it at home, and I loved I thought it was just, you know, kind of one of those, oh, snakes get on a plane and they start killing people.
Yeah.
The fact that it has this whole, like, gangsters are trying to kill this kid, so what we're going to do is we're going to spray this shit
Snakes on a plane.
Remember when the snake bit the guy's dick off?
That was great. It's one of those porn movies that I just really, I don't know why I think it's so funny, and it's just so
I
clippable.
wouldn't consider it horror.
Like, it's so clippable. That whole line of "enough's enough." I'm so tired of these.
God, these motherfuckers. Take all this motherfucking plane.
Monkey fighting plane, monkey fighting
On this
snakes,
Monday
and
to
Monday to
Friday
Friday plane.
plane.
Yeah.
So I
They
read
had so many takes
best
of that.
edits.
and
Motherfucker.
it's great that they blew the fuck out of the door and all the snakes and shit just start going out.
Yeah. They do that on
So-
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They do that on the second episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in season 1, and then Nick Fury shows up at the end.
Yep.
It's a hint.
Um,
In the second
so-
episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they blow the airlock out to kill their enemies, not kill them, but to subdue their enemies. And then at the end of the episode, after
and
the
Fury
post-credits,
shows up.
Nick Fury's there, and he's like, hey, I'm Nick Fury.
Hey,
Love me.
you worked. And I was we were in watching Snakes on a Plane at the theater here because the beginning of the movie is filmed here.
For you.
There's a shocker.
Exactly. And then when they show
You didn't know what Lilo and Stitch was.
I knew what it was. I just didn't know that thing. When they show the federal building, the Hawaiian Federal Building. It's actually a hotel, and we all erupted in laughter and cheered.
That's fucking great.
It's great. It's so terrible.
Wow. It's a B. It's definitely a B movie, but it's
but it's great in that way.
And Nick
With
Fury
more
serves
effort.
that movie.
it's so entertainingly.
So when that movie came out, they did this marketing campaign where you could have like a robocall, like call somebody that you knew and like tell them like it was Sam Jackson. It's like, go get your son Nicholas and tell him to see snakes on a plane.
I remember that. That was
I saw it on MTV and then I did it and my mom was like, "What?"
So yeah, that was really cool. So circling back to Scream, I'm all for it. You know, I'm one of these people. I like all four of them. They're great. I haven't seen the TV show yet because it was on MTV, so that kind of worried me.
Oh,
but sold. Bring it.
I wasn't allowed to watch MTV.
Worried a little. I wish it was in like October, but that's okay. I also heard that they are pushing back the Kingsman again.
Yeah, they are.
Again?
No. Yep, 2020.
That's gonna be the new Mutants.
No, I predicted that last week, and I was right.
You
know what you're wrong about?
Aaron, suck it.
You know what you're going to be wrong about?
Suck
West
what? You
Side
don't know how to
Story.
get in my DMs.
I don't know.
right. DM, get these DMs.
Or somebody, but people said that
All right, guys.
Kingsman wasn't big enough to like push.
Sorry,
I said,
brothers.
no.
I gotta go.
No, I was talking about West Side Story.
Say, Alan.
We love you.
We love you. Hey, Nikki, good job on that video for real. It was really, that was really awesome. Really good
Thanks.
job. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. I'll see you later.
Gina. That's my.
Is it Gina or Gina? Hey.
It is Gina.
I have to do that joke because it was in a movie.
Yeah. Really cool thing about Gina is she is a paranormal investigator. So she goes into like haunted places and does that. One of these days, I guess I'm going to announce now, she's going to be joining us and she's going to be bringing stuff that she's actually going to go out and do. Like she's got a big ghost hunt coming up. And when she gets back and they get all their stuff squared away, she's going to come join us on an After Dark and bring some cool shit.
In all seriousness about ghost hunts, I think there is an evil spirit living inside of me.
You just need to figure out what spanking the monkey is, and I think you'll be okay.
I know I have an evil spirit too. It's an evil, horny spirit. Gets
So
best
okay,
in-
so I do want to point something out.
Yep.
For
There's
just
a
to
cause of
help.
those 8 accounts.
I was gonna say, Maddie, if this eases you a little bit, I was curious, so I went and looked at the other Scream films.
Yeah.
2 of them were released in December, 1 was released in February, and 1 was released in April. So January falls around the same time frame that most of them were roughly released. So I feel like it's not a huge step out.
Aaron, I know you didn't catch it, but we were just talking about porn and rubbing stuff out. And
No, I caught it.
Oh my god, I can't believe you said it. Like I was just like, did he really go there?
Look, Nikki said there was an evil spirit in him. I said there was an evil, horny spirit. I got advantage of my credit card. Now I'm subscribed to 8 different accounts.
I wouldn't be shocked about that. I'll send you some more.
Matt, just don't spank the monkey on camera, all right?
No, I'm not on camera.
It's just,
What I
Not
do
again.
on my screen is none of y'all's business.
listen, what you want to
Do
do
some-
after the fact is fine. Let's just not become a live stream only fans here.
Hey.
Oh, you, Chris
Let's
Day.
make sure we get paid before we do that.
No.
Wait a minute. What is that, Nikki?
That's
It's
pretty
a
cool.
game.
Wakanda Forever board game. I got it on clearance at Walmart last week, and I really want to play it. Devin won't do it.
Well, Devin's a punk.
He's not excited about. He didn't say he wouldn't do it. He's just not excited about it. I haven't gone.
Let's play it right now.
How do you suppose we do that, Jacob?
I don't have a
You're
table.
Virtual.
Real quick,
don't have a
I just want to
table.
say there's a birthday out there for somebody. So happy birthday. I got a cake that I'm going to eat in your honor. Continue.
my birthday's in just over a month.
I will buy
What's your
another
birthday?
cake and eat it.
Mine, October 13th.
My birthday's in a week.
Well,
Early birthday.
so, okay. Now, Aaron, do you got anything else?
Yeah. If you guys tell me to pull something out, I can keep pulling stuff out. I have a couple. Here, this one's just a fun.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Yes, Nikki, good job. This one's just a fun kind of jokey story. So earlier this week, Marvel Studios, along with the confirmation of the Eternals February 12th, 2021 release date, Marvel announced that they would be dropping the from the title. So instead of The Eternals, it's just Eternals as the title of the film. And in response, director James Gunn tweeted out, "My friends at Marvel Studios did me the favor and gave me the in quotes. Thanks, guys."
That's funny.
Which I thought was just a fun little joke because, as people know, James Gunn is the upcoming director of The Suicide Squad, which is the sequel to just Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Harley Quinn's costume in that movie is the perfect Harley Quinn costume. Like the one with the leather jacket, the corset, the leather pants. It's kind of the classic color scheme, but leather and sexy. They've done it in some of the video games before. It's my favorite Harley Quinn costume, and I'm just really excited about that movie.
Matt, can we find him at Harley Quinn OnlyFans?
Yeah, I'll get some.
If you pay for it. Don't tease me.
Never mind.
Thanks.
My wallet's suffering as it is.
Happy birthday.
Hey, somebody's birthday out there.
Maybe since we're doing the the GoFundMe for my friend and Elizabeth charity, maybe next week we'll turn the Streamlabs back on and maybe we'll ask donations for Nikki to get a OnlyFans account to a Harley Quinn.
I mean, there's so many sites though that it's free.
I was gonna say, Maddie, when did you say your birthday is?
October
13th.
Buy me a
Cool.
PlayStation.
We can have a lit birthday show. Mine's the 18th. So
there you go. We'll get
fucked up live on air.
Yeah,
there we go.
Nice. No, do it.
Say things I will regret for the rest of our lives.
I do that every week.
There you go. We'll call Barbarian and have him come back and
listen. I think he would do it. I just checked the dates because I was curious. My birthday is that Sunday, so we would technically cross into midnight during the show into my birthday. At which point I could legally drink.
There you go.
You're 20. So you're 20 now, right?
I am, yes.
You're turning 21. I thought you were 19.
So what we'll do, is sit here on camera and we'll wait till 12:01 your time, and we will all take a big shot. Actually, we'll do two.
You should have just said you're 21 right now.
Play when we do that.
What else?
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
Say you should just said you're 21.
It was the right thing, and then you.
Yeah, it was, but it's the other one that I'm looking for.
Yeah, you tell him, Devin. Tell him where you messed up.
I'm obsessive. I really did. No, because it was a pirated copy, and I don't want to use pirated copies. Piracy is bad to advertise.
Nikki, we run a soundboard with other people's clips. You really gonna care about piracy?
Yeah! Do it. Because I'm talking over it so we don't get flagged. Thor Ragnarok score is great.
God,
I love the end scene of that movie where he finally takes the throne and they combine the original Thor score with the Thor Ragnarok score. It's just like, mwah.
Then Korg says, well, at least you still
Yeah,
have
and
a
then
foundation.
Korg kills it.
No, you don't.
I wish Korg wasn't in the last scene of that movie. Oh, Meek's dead.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Because it's a great movie.
Oh, Meek's dead. Wait, no, he's not. I love that. Oh, no, he's not. All right. So, what else you got?
That was good. Not bad.
Sure. Here, let's go with this one. So while doing. Where is it? So doing an interview. It's not about a birthday. While doing an interview, John Wick director Chad Stahelski was asked about would he like, if he had the opportunity to direct something in the MCU, would he? And his response was, if the opportunity ever came, I would like to take a stab at The one that really jumps out to me would be Blade. If they were going to redo Blade or something like that, just because I feel that one, for some reason, the vampire and martial art action vibe, that would be a cool one to stretch and try and reinvent. So as we know, a Blade film is coming out in the near future at some point with Mahershala Ali in the
Is it a
lead
film
role.
or a series?
So it's a movie. So let's talk about the prospect of that. Would you guys like to see a Blade film with the prospect of Chad Stahelski of the John Wick franchise directing?
Did he do John Wick 2 and 3, or did he do like Atomic
John Wick 2 and
Blonde?
3.
Okay,
John Wick, but they bite people.
Out of the two, if
The other one
of
you're
them was
thinking of
gonna
is David
direct it-
Lynch.
Yeah, I couldn't remember which
David
one
Lynch.
did.
Yes, Stahelski's the
second
one
and
that stayed
third
with
one.
the franchise.
Okay, yeah. I mean, out of them, I think I would not prefer Leach because I wasn't a fan of some of his other stuff. Like Atomic Blonde was whatever, great action. I mean, that was to be expected. But I really wasn't a fan of it at the end of the day. Some really good scenes, but other than that, it was nothing that made me go, oh, I want to see more from this guy. And then I feel like I'm like the only person who doesn't like Hobbs and Shaw that much. I mean, it's whatever. But
It's not great, but it's fun.
I kind of
It's
gotten
dumb
tired
fun,
of
which I
it. Like, I've been getting tired of the Fast and Furious. Let's just go so dumb, because at that point, it's starting to get to the point of, this is too stupid. They're not, it's like, it lost.
I didn't like John Wick 3.
Like, I mean, I loved it, but,
thought
I know
John
some
Wick 3's
people
the
that
best
didn't like it as much. But no, with Hobbs not only with Hobbs and Shaw, but with 7 and 8, it's getting too far. And then you see the trailer for the next one where he's going over that cliff or whatever. Dom, because he's a superhero, he's able to get that rope or whatever to attach to his car. It's stupid.
But for Stahelski, who his only directorial films as of date are 1, 2, and 3, and then obviously he has an extreme background history in stunt work for a lot of famous films, including the Matrix films. I believe Winter Soldier and Civil War were also done under him. So that him specifically, him saying I have the interest in doing Blade, knowing that Mahershala Ali would be Blade, do you think sounds like a good idea?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, because he was like, I don't know if they're doing it or not, but I'd like to take a stab at Blade. He's in talks, because Blade was announced like a year ago. I mean,
so is Blade going to be rated R though? That's my biggest question.
I would assume.
I think there's a chance that it could
Doctor
be.
Strange. See, here's why I said that maybe I thought that initially it would be a series, is that the standards for television ratings. So to get a TV 14, that's one of the things that I was saying about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a lot of blood on it. There is more blood in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. than there is anywhere else in the MCU. But with TV, you can't say shit. If you say shit, then it's TVMA. But if you have all this blood in Ghost Rider, like people burning, then people burning, and that's like a TV 14 rating. Yeah, that's a TV 14 rating. So that's why I thought that maybe Blade could be a series, because they could still keep and say that it's PG-13, that it's a TV 14, but that it has all the blood. Because I wouldn't need language with the Blade series. That's the only thing that really gets things to TVMA is sex, nudity, language. Things I don't know about.
Well, do you have... Okay, so remember Infinity War, you had all those like creatures getting chopped up and whatnot. It wasn't like it was just a stab. So I mean, unless it's people getting slaughtered by vampires,
that's what it is.
You can have the vampires get killed in a similar way to what Infinity War was, still have it pretty violent, and it could still be PG-13. Now, I think it depends what they do with Deadpool. If they're going to do Deadpool 3 rated R, then I think they're going to give Kevin Feige the permission to make Blade rated R, because but it's going to depend.
So this is my differential, and I do see where you're coming from. This is my differential on it. I think Deadpool, if they go forward with a Deadpool 3, I think they would still keep it rated R and then just release it under the 20th Century Films banner.
And they could do that with Blade.
Well, the problem is Blade, I believe they have said is going, unless they change their direction, they have stated that as of now, he is planned to be included within the MCU. And that's why I think they will go PG-13, because unless they find a smart way to get around it, if you start including Blade in other films, you're going to have that same dynamic shift people worried about with Deadpool going into the X-Men films, where you're taking an R-rated character and going to a PG-13 film.
I'm not as worried about that, though. Because with Deadpool, it's like... I'm sorry, Matt.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think they could they could still put Deadpool 3. They could put all the Deadpools in MCU and kind of have it under the Fox banner, and it kind of be like, okay, just like let parents know, hey, the movie under this banner, these are gonna be more adult. So you can do your Ghost Rider, you can do Blade, you can do whatever,
or Marvel Knights,
and then throw Blade in there, but still have it connected, and then you can put them into the Avengers movies. Just have them in there, and don't really have the events in those movies have to be must-seen, by all the other audiences with the others.
And what I say with Blade is that if Blade is going to show up in a bigger MCU crossover, they're probably not going to be fighting humanoids. They're probably going to be fighting like aliens or robots, something from space, some sort of global threat. And unless the threat is like Marvel zombies or Marvel vampires, which I don't think that they would do with like a big team of Morbius is Sony, so that's why that's kind of like I don't think he'll be in a Morbius thing. But down the road, perhaps like maybe Morbius 2, Morbius 3, if Blade kind of differentiates itself from the rest of the MCU, that is something that could happen.
I guess it's more just I'm on this side of, as with a lot of these things, of the studio pessimism. The crossovers like that, it's more I believe it when I see it. I don't think outside of Spider-Man, I don't see Feige wanting to associate anything that Sony is doing with anything that he's doing. So I don't see any crossover happening between Blade and Morbius. Now, again, I could totally be proven wrong, but I'm the same
Star Wars.
I mean, they might have worked something out too.
But I'm also the same person that believes that, 100%, I believe that Michael Keaton is playing a totally different character than Adrian Toomes. They're just smart fucking marketers.
Right.
Okay, can I jump in about Blade? I have a feeling what they're going to do with Blade, Ghost Rider, Punisher, these hardcore, darker. Maybe what they can do is have like an Avengers Dark or something, kind of like Justice League Dark. You have your or whatever. Have them in the MCU, have it in that area, but not have them cross over. And they could even take off the Marvel banner. You know how they have like in the Avengers Infinity flag behind you, how it has Marvel Studios. Maybe what they can do is just put Marvel.
They wouldn't do that
Marvel Knights.
Marvel Studios
Or Marvel Knights.
But what I'm
Marvel Knights, that's what I'm saying. Create like a subdivision.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I'm getting at. And
I mean, Universal's not using Dark Universe.
True.
Dark Universe, God.
Where it doesn't say Marvel Studios, but it's a Marvel film.
Good.
So because if they do that and they have the audience go, if it has this logo, it's not a kid friendly movie. It is
like
an
DC
adult
Black Label, like what they're doing with DC Black Label.
Exactly. So
it would be Marvel Knights then, I think. Yeah.
Well, depends on what they decide to call it.
I would like the first Ghost Rider movie. I think they attached a Marvel Light, or the second Ghost Rider movie, the one that had Idris Elba in it. It did say Marvel Knights at the beginning of that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they can do is just have like a subdivision.
Hold on, Idris Elba was in the second Ghost Rider.
Idris Elba was in the second Ghost Rider movie. Yes.
No, I hope he got a great summer house off that paycheck.
It's not terrible. Watch it.
God,
Ghost Rider
it's bizarre.
It's not as good as
Is that the one with the guys who made the Crank movie?
Yes.
Is that the one? Okay.
Eva Mendes, isn't it? It's literally just.
I like Crank. That is, in my opinion, that's one of those bonkers ass action movies that is so much
good. Yeah.
I'm so excited in that movie.
I was gonna say, I won't shit on Ghost Rider. I haven't heard good things, but I've never seen it. I just know one was directed by the guy who made Daredevil, and one was by the guys who made Crank.
So watch the first one. Or are you an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan? Like, have you watched through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No.
Okay, the best part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is when like Ghost Rider shows up and then like they show Robbie Reyes's like origin story.
He looked cool. I've seen pictures and clips of him. He looks cool.
The Ghost Rider that it shows, it looks very much like the Nicolas Cage like Ghost Rider model and the motorcycle from. So like Johnny Blaze gives Robbie Reyes his powers, and they were going to do a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider show on Hulu, but they didn't. Like Feige stopped that.
That's not a thing, right? I pulled up Chris's comment. That's not a thing,
I don't
right?
think, oh, in Ghost Rider 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
they show a stream. It's like Star Trek Discovery. Like they show like 2 streams of P coming out of the Klingon.
But it's so goddamn funny, though.
It's forgettable.
Whoever knew that Nikki was going to get Star Trek related to P?
Klingons have 2 dongs, guys. It's no
really?
doubt.
I know.
Worf has 2 of them.
It's a curse and a gift. Or a gift and a curse.
Are you Klingon, Matt?
Wait, so
I'm not.
So what you're saying is Klingons are the only people in the universe that can have a 3-way and everyone's happy?
Well, that's not actually true. But it's in one of the episodes where like
So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play a video. I'm not gonna share sound.
You go, Matt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna share. I'm not gonna share sound just because we don't need to get cut off again. But this will give you an idea of Ghost Rider the movie.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I love it. The first one or the second?
Give me the damn bag!
There weren't any Carpenter music.
Oh, somebody watch the chat. Make sure we don't get shut down again.
I'm watching.
I don't think we would. Is this Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
I don't remember any of this.
When he first transforms, and he just starts.
Oh, the penance stare.
Yes.
It's the penance stare, everyone. He just saved Rebel Wilson.
Is Rebel Wilson in this
Is that
too?
Rebel Wilson, Maddie? Yeah. Rewind the clip. Does it show him saving the girl?
It'll show her again.
One of the girls screaming in the penance
Oh my
stairs.
god.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was in this movie?
Rebel Wilson, Ava Mendes, Nicolas Cage, Peter Fonda, I think. Sam Elliott. I don't think they do show Rebel Wilson in this scene. She's in the fire. She's obscured. But yeah, she's like tatted up and short haired.
They show her in just a minute. At least I believe that they should.
This is a very PS2 cutscene of Ghost Rider CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
It looks pretty badass, though. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it looks fine now. It's just that up close where the CGI that was terrible.
Broke the bike down.
Yeah, Rebel Wilson doesn't show up again until the news clip.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. But no, yeah, rewind first. Like I think they show her at the beginning of that clip.
Jesus,
Devin
Brett
was able
Cullen,
to
Sam
identify
Elliott, Peter Fonda, Wes Bentley.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wes Bentley's terrible.
Right there. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, it is her.
Wes Bentley is terrible in this movie.
She looks like one of the witches from Hocus Pocus.
Right there.
Yeah, definitely her.
Why does she look like one of the evil Smurfs from the Smurf sequel?
Okay, everybody do one. Okay, Devin had one. Aaron had one. Matt, what's yours?
What's that?
What does Rebel Wilson look like in this movie?
An overweight Amy.
What was
Winehouse.
Devin's? I missed.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Devin, what was yours? One of the witches from Hocus Pocus. Okay. Wes, what do you got?
So she is that one reject in high school who has to become emo because that's the only way she can be accepted.
Hey, that was
I know her.
Before I left. Okay, Matt, you?
I said she. Oh, are you talking to Maddie or me?
I'm talking to you. I didn't hear you.
Okay. No, I said it looked like an overweight Amy Winehouse.
Okay, yeah, that was terrible. Maddie?
She is a rejected extra from the Crow City of Angels.
And she looks like my future wife. All the rest of you guys are disgusting. She's a beautiful woman, and you shouldn't talk about.
I wasn't saying that in a bad way, Nikki.
Nikki knows she's not.
I wasn't talking about her being dead or anything. I was talking about what she looked like when she was like in the prime of her career.
That wasn't the prime of her
That's
career.
overweight.
It was a
No,
good 6 years
like
before.
Yeah, when she was like in the prime, because
I'm into goth
like, it was like towards like the middle.
Yes, her prime was a whole 30 seconds.
Yeah, in that 30 seconds.
I can hook up Nikki with some goth chicks, and they are they love skinny little white boys. So Nikki ended up sliding into DMs and clapping cheeks in one night.
Can I just say, I love that in one swoop, Maddie just relegated Nikki to the skinny white kid that would have fucking emo chick. Just in one. There we go.
Well, said he would.
Wait, no. He would get that ass. That ass would get torn up by my emo chick friends. He would tear that. They would tear that ass.
He's losing
up.
his shit quietly. He's just like.
Okay. Do you guys know?
Be like a kid opening up a Christmas gift.
You know the Wayne's World where Garth hooks up with oh God, what is what is her name? Blonde. She was in Batman Returns.
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, there you go. Where he after they hook up, he comes out with the robe and the bubble pipe. That would be Nikki after like 20 minutes with them. And his whole demeanor would change.
Nikki would come out like
his voice would completely change too. He like we would get in there and be like, and here's our Mandalorians. How you guys doing? He'd be like, I'm doing good, guys. How are you? And he's got a big old thing of Guinness. He's got a full beard.
Bro.
Nikki's like, wait, do you actually know women like this?
Let's be honest though. All right, we all make jokes about Nikki. We all make jokes about Nikki's success with girls. That first girl that Nikki gets with, he's gonna beat that pussy up so bad he'll catch an animal abuse charge.
Wow. On that note, I think we should end the show. Go out on a high note.
Jesus Christ.
Mom, I told you not to watch the show.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. Nikki's about to have Thanksgiving dinner a little early this year.
Hey, there's a cat.
So this is my story. Have y'all met my new cats?
Look at that pussy.
Oh, Nikki.
My wife got kittens today.
Hey.
Mom. What are their names?
I love how we go from sex talk to now looking at kittens.
Thank you.
The greatest.
This is Izzy.
Oh.
Izzy.
I think the other one should be named Pop.
And this is Ollie.
Ollie, I love that.
They are 5-month-old twins.
And I hate
Remember Ollie from Green Arrow? He was the Green
And
Arrow.
I had no say in any of this.
I'm
going to do the same thing tomorrow.
You're going to go get kittens?
No, but I'm going to think about it.
So I just want to make a quick announcement. Movie Mania tomorrow may be a tad bit late. We have a pay-per-view going on. So,
okay. Oh yeah, you did mention that.
Just a little late. And then Monday night,
the day,
Caleb and I are actually attending, which attending is in parentheses, in quotations, the WWE Thunderdome. We actually have gotten spots where him and I are going to sit at our computers on those screens in the wrestling.
That's awesome. Where are you located?
I don't know. They
change them frequently, so there's no.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put it on the DVR. I'm gonna watch for you guys.
So
because when I was walking out of Devin's the other night, his dad was watching it, and we were talking about how cool that thing was, like how they have like a webcam on the like screen itself, and it's really cool.
So Thursday night on Suplex City, I will absolutely be doing a review of what it actually looks like, because I've never met anybody and don't know anybody that's actually ever gotten through. Every time I try, it goes, well, it's sold out. Today I was cruising Facebook, and 55 minutes after WWE posted it, I went to the link and I'm like, it's going to be sold out. And I clicked it and it said I was successful. I grabbed Caleb's computer and I put my other email in, and it was successful. So Monday night we're going to be sitting in the wrestling.
It's similar to how I got Endgame tickets
in Florida from Arizona.
Now, the only like that I got into was one of the NBA games.
Did you actually get into it? What was it like?
Yeah.
Did you bet on that
was
one?
basically like watching it on TV. It was like 30 seconds ahead of time. So like you heard the broadcast from like TNT or ESPN, whatever. So it wasn't like you didn't hear the guys on it, you know, the announcers say, "Oh, good clear." Yeah, it was season time kind of boring. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm just curious because like Caleb's really excited about it. He wanted to do it, and I actually goes to do it. So
I don't know if what you're doing is different. Yes, I did, Chris. Greatest movie ever made.
You're late.
Wow. I really wanted to see it, but somebody and somebody else were working today.
Sorry,
it's
Chris.
good. I liked it.
Chris, you should wait till this is over and go back and watch it, because we actually talked about it. And don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely do that.
Smash it like Nikki's gonna smash that.
Oh, pussy.
Yes.
Stay away from my cat, Nikki.
Good job, Nikki.
I didn't know what he wanted me to say in that moment. I'm very confused.
Nikki, hit your hey hey button.
Why does that sound like Wacko from whatever Animaniacs?
It sounds like me after that thing that you just said.
I hear it now.
Nikki, if you make that noise after sex, I have questions.
No, Aaron, what did you say, Aaron?
If you make that noise after sex, I have a lot of questions.
Okay,
I will answer them on air.
I take that back about Nikki coming out like Garth from Wayne's World. He's gonna come out like the two brothers from Night at the Roxbury. Yo, you know what? And then they're gonna pull him back in, and we'll never see him again.
Nikki will be in the room shaking like when that dude fucks Stifler's mom.
Okay, there's actually
remember when she stuck the trumpet up the guy's butt?
Yes.
That's the only scene of that movie that I saw, and I changed the channel.
It's funny you brought that American Pie up. There's a meme going around where it's Jim's wife, the redhead from Buffy and all that.
Alison Hannigan.
Yeah. She's on that Fool Me show with Penn and Teller.
Anyways,
it's full us.
It said something along the lines of, if you hear number one new law or whatever, if you hear this the saying this one time, you immediately have to reply at Bandcamp.
Oh yeah, I got a cat too.
So, Chris, we already discussed that too.
Yeah, we already talked about it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got a cat too. Little tiny cat.
Tom?
No, you won't. There are no spoilers on Tenet here.
Yeah.
You will be absolutely banned from this channel for good if you.
I was gonna say I won't spoil anything, but I am seeing it early on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You can fuck off.
Oh, good for you.
I won't spoil it. I promise. I won't.
You asked for that one.
I could be seeing it Monday.
I'm so tempted to do something.
Oh, good for you.
Actually,
I almost did too, Maddie.
This is the brag. I could have gotten tickets for Monday, but I'm busy Monday and Tuesday, so I had to wait till Wednesday.
I could have too, but I didn't. I might see it Friday though. Maybe.
But
you guys want to see my pussy? My cat.
Go ahead, Maddie. Go ahead,
my
Maddie.
Black
Just
cat.
go, Maddie.
Running around. See, just like
Okay, children.
So Matt, is it true once you go black, you never go back?
Oh yeah, I got a black dog over there.
We got to get out
Come
of
on.
here. This is crossing a line.
Is it though?
Look, I
We were
need to get
very
the
impressed at
attention.
the beginning of
I
this
was like,
show.
I got a
and
cat.
now
You
we're
guys want
just
to see my cat? Nobody was listening. Then I decided to say, hey, you want to see my pussy? Because nobody was responding.
No, but this was like we were really sad.
Yeah,
Like
Matt,
hours ago.
let's see your cat. Matt, go
But are
get
we?
your...
Here it
I
is
think
again.
I'm on.
It's chasing my foot.
Meow.
You don't have to keep it shut. Just don't speak
Yeah.
about it.
Yes, no spoilers for Tenet. I will kill you. Because if it's any, I've heard rumblings that it
Kill you.
it ties into
No, I actually have seen a lot, not critics, but people, because I'll listen to people more because I tend to side with people and things. Because New Mutants got shredded by critics. I really like New Mutants, and it seemed like people liked it too. Tenet is mixed, like both critics, it's mixed, and then people, it's mixed. Like people saying Nolan was like being too full of himself. Like there were some sound problems with the movie, and I'm not going to take that into like, there's definitely sound problems because that could have been their theater. You know, you never know. Sometimes the theater or the speakers don't work properly.
It's funny you said that because I was listening to Robert Meyer Burnett the other night. I really like his observations, his conversations. And he was actually talking about that. He said he worked at a movie theater a long time ago, and there were times that, the sound guy didn't, or the projector guy didn't know how to adjust the sound according to the movie. Like, you have to adjust the levels for the movie.
Yeah.
So it's possible that somebody just,
remember when we saw Gemini Man?
So
with quarantine, these guys haven't worked, so it is possible that they got a little rusty.
I will say about that though, that was when he was working there. Is when he said some people didn't know how to work it right.
Yeah, now it's a lot easier.
Yeah, because now it's all ran on one system. It like with the theater I used to work at and I go to a lot. What they do is, they'll have the time set for the movies and they'll have it in the system already, and then it plays automatically. Sound will work, and if the sound is screwing up, they'll tell the employees, hey, sound's not working. They go up there, and secret what we did was we just smacked it and it worked. Like we literally just go same with projector.
What I'm getting at is the fact that maybe the guys were rusty, a little rusty, because most
drunk. But
theaters shut down.
I would normally agree.
I don't know what problem you had with Dunkirk. Dunkirk was great. In my opinion, the theater experience Hacksaw Ridge was better, but I also think Hacksaw Ridge is a better movie than Dunkirk. But that's just...
It's a better movie for sure.
I call Dunkirk Steampunk Bane.
I'm the other way around. I think Dunkirk is just slightly better, only because for me at least, I thought Hacksaw was a little too long. I like that Dunkirk is actually shorter. I like that it's a little more concise and to the point. But to me, like when I say it's better, it's a difference of I gave Dunkirk a 10 and I gave Hacksaw a 9.5. Like there's like very minimal. They're both brilliant.
Oh
so
yeah,
Dunkirk I probably gave like an 8. Like it's middle of the road for Nolan, which is still really good. But Hacksaw Ridge was like 9.5, bordering 10.
Something about. I also saw Dunkirk 70mm. Just the whole experience, it hit me. I really loved it.
That probably did it for you because I saw it in a little tiny theater.
Man. I am so jealous. I bet that was breathtaking.
Well, so here's the thing. I had to work for it. I had to help them set up the 70mm projector, which consisted of 5 of us chucking that thing down a long hallway. Holy shit!
Yeah, they're fucking heavy.
I mean, I've seen film projectors when I worked there. Still, they kept them up there because those things are heavy, and they're not going to take them downstairs. I mean, they're often a distance, and those were probably 35. That was like the standard. 70 had to be
70.
bigger.
It's huge.
Yeah,
it was so big. Like literally 3 of us went up there, looked at it, and went, 3's not enough, and went and got more.
Was it the full reel-to-reel and everything?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it was so legit that like you could literally see like the flame flickering as it was going frame to frame to frame to frame. It looked like an old movie. It looked amazing.
Is there something? Is it just me, or like when you see a movie in 70 or whatever, it just kind of has that nostalgic feeling too?
It does.
And you can hear it like if you listen real closely when they fire up that reel, you can hear it kind of picking up speed. And there's something about it that
and especially for me, like what made it more work is, and obviously I don't know if this was intentional or if it was just like dumb luck that it works this way, but when you're watching it in 70 millimeter and you're constantly like you're noticing the flicker of the frame going and going and going, working with the Hans Zimmer score, which works in time tips throughout the entire score, it just syncs so perfectly all together.
I love the Dolby. Like that's my thing. I know some people like the IMAX, some people like 70 mil. I love the Dolby.
Listen, if you want to talk about a projector setup, dude, so at the theater that I used to work at that had a Dolby theater, their Dolby projector is in a whole different room than like the hallways with every other dude. There is its own separate computer, its own separate sound and visual panels. It's a fucking monster of a thing. It's so impressive.
Yeah,
but that's what I miss the most. Seats are great too.
I want to point out something that Diaz just said. I think all of us at one time worked at the movies. That was my second job in high school. Actually, that was my first-ish job.
Jacob, you worked at one, or you're saying no?
No.
I did not work at a movie theater.
Monroe didn't work at a movie theater.
I also worked at Blockbuster. I had such a problem at Blockbuster because you know how they had the movies you can like play movies on and everything. I always put scary movies on and got in trouble for it.
Nice.
So hold up.
You know how you had the video game testers where you couldn't like open the machine, but you had like the controller that came out and you could play. Yep. Always kept swapping games out. Matt, you're not supposed to. I didn't do shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Like I was in high school and like Blockbuster was like a block away. So I'd get out of school with my clothes.
Block away.
I would walk to Blockbuster, go in the back and change and go. Or like if I had football practice, I'd take a shower and just change and go. So
I was gonna say
I used to get used DVDs from games from Blockbuster.
So I was gonna say, if you guys want some fucking stories, I'll pull this up. So Chris commented talking about dealing with impatient customers. For context, I've said this before, but for context, the theater that I worked at was the AMC in Disney Springs, which for almost every major blockbuster is consistently within the top at least 5 in terms of attendance. For basically a year and a half, I was on a consistent basis their only guest services person. So you want to talk about dealing with awkward people? I fucking did it.
And just to back him up on that, I've been to that theater a few times. I saw Honey Boy and it was sold out. So if that's gonna give you any indication.
We saw movies like that, bro. Fucking anyone remember Britney Runs a Marathon? That shit sold out of our theater.
I don't remember that.
Okay, I got one. This wasn't working at a movie theater. This was actually working at a haunted house. Try being the person that comes out of nowhere with a chainsaw and having to chase people around and having people like yell at you because you're scaring them so bad, but your boss is standing behind you telling you you're doing everything right, or having people get in your face because you're not scary and not being able to touch them. So Chris, trust me, customers are nothing.
Seeing people and not being able to touch them is like my life story.
Oh my god.
So Aaron, you got one more story and then we'll kind of wrap it up.
Like a news story? Yeah. Let me see what I got left.
So we're already wrapping it up.
One, because I'm like I said, this has been kind of a rough week, and I just kind of want to.
Here. So okay.
I've got to prep for stuff tomorrow and so forth. So.
Here we go. So, since he was in a film recently, we can talk about this story. Unhinged star Russell Crowe has now attached another actor to an upcoming film. Russell Crowe is attached to an upcoming gangster film called American Son, in which he plays a mobster who takes a younger man under his influence while the two serve prison time. Well, it's been announced that Selma and If Beale Street Could Talk star Stephen James has been cast in the role of the younger man who serves prison time with Russell Crowe.
Is his dad bod returning?
Wait, which one is Stephen James?
Stephen James was the lead guy in If Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh, okay, the one that actually where they
the
get
one
their
that Fawny, I think is his name.
Yeah, okay, the one that was being falsely accused. I personally loved If Beale Street Could Talk.
So good.
So good.
So good. The fucking score.
Just the whole movie itself. The score was great. I love that whole yellow.
Who is in that? Who is the woman in that?
Kiki Lane.
No, also
Regina
King.
Regina King. Yeah, I like.
I was gonna say Regina George. I'm like, that's Mean Girls.
Regina George is Mean Girls, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Chris has got one more, but we'll get to that in a minute. If Beale Street Can Talk was so good. I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it on Hulu. But it was like my mom, like I said earlier, my mom's my movie buddy. We watch movies together all the time. She does live with me, so it's kind of easy. And she lives with me. Let's get that shit straight, boys.
So you're saying that you don't?
You have a kid. You don't have to clarify that.
Anyways,
we all know
she is definitely a big help with that. But she came in the living room one day. She was already up. She's like, "Hey, what about this?" And I was like, "If Beale Street Could Talk, I think that just won Oscars." And I was like, "All right, we'll put it on." I was glued to that movie. The yellowish tint, that whole kind of 60s, 70s feel that it had was so. And it was so heartwarming, like the fact that, and then the two families got together and they started clashing. It was almost a modern day Romeo and Juliet, but it was so beautifully done, and it was just.
Because I was gonna say I saw it in a theater where I think I might have been the only person in the theater when I saw it, because it was like the end of its run, but I did see it in a theater, and it was amazing. And I just remember, not to get too political at the end of our show, but I just remember one of the reasons, because I don't dislike Green Book. I do think Green Book in and of itself is a good movie. But in a year where you had movies like Beale Street, and another one that wasn't even considered for nominations but was in my top 5 was The Hate U Give. When we have movies like that coming out in 2018, and Green Book was the race relation one you gave, Klansman was that year as well.
Yeah.
And
Green Book was
like the one who got the Oscar. It was
embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Green Book is like one of those movies where they look at that movie as like a quote unquote woke movie. It's really not.
Black Klansman, but not better than any of those.
Viggo Mortensen destroyed racism in that movie.
Yeah, I can't. They were both so good. The Five Bloods, I just lost my Netflix too, so I'm gonna have to get that back, and I'd like to rewatch that again. I saw it after the hype and everything, so maybe now that I've seen it again, I've already seen it, and I can get past it. I'd like to rewatch it again with a clear head. Now, okay, so did you? What is Dear Evan Hansen?
So I looked it up so I could provide a bit more context.
Evan knows.
Yeah. So Dear Evan Hansen is a musical. The music in it was written by is it Justin Paul and Benj Pasek? Did I get that right?
I don't know the people, but I was on a bus with a bunch of theater kids who were obsessed with that for a while.
I was right.
So I know a lot about it. I could give you a synopsis if you really want to.
The music in it is written by Pasek and Paul, who wrote for La La Land, Greatest Showman. They wrote the song in Aladdin. They've moved on to a lot of bigger movies, but they wrote this musical back in the day, and it's getting a film adaptation now.
Okay.
What's the synopsis, Steph?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can you give us just? It doesn't have to be an long ass one. Just kind of brief, just an idea of what it would be about.
Of what I know, this guy, Evan Hansen,
he has a therapist, and the therapist tells him to start writing letters to himself. And then there's this bully. I don't remember the guy's name.
Fred.
It starts with a J.
John.
It's like Jason or something
Jason.
like that. And the bully gets a hold of one of the letters and has it in his pocket. The bully kills himself, and his parents find that letter and start talking to Evan Hansen. And instead of just mentioning that all right, so instead of mentioning that the people's son was a dick, he instead fakes a friendship and comes up with a bunch of emails and shit.
I've heard of this.
Faking the rest of the... It's like this whole thing. It's kind of funny. Connor. I think the guy's name was Connor.
John Conley.
Here, so I
don't
found
know
a bit...
but that's all I know.
I found a bit more information, Maddie. The first bit may not necessarily get you, but the second bit, I for sure feel will. So the music obviously in the movie is still going to be done by the same guys, Pasek and Paul. Some of the actors cast include Ben Platt from Pitch Perfect, Caitlin Dever from Booksmart, Amanda Stenberg from The Hate U Give, and Amy Adams. The thing that'll get you is the director of the film is Steven Chbosky of The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
So
okay, I'm in. Best movie.
I was interested by the cast, and then you dropped that. I'm like, okay. You know the fry gift. Shut up and take my money. Just drop that right there. Because you all know me. You know, Perks of Being a Wallflower is like in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I absolutely adore that movie. Shocking, we all know that. Yeah, that sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. I'd like to wait and see further down the line what it looks like. I mean, by the sound of it, it sounds interesting. Like the whole premise sounds interesting, kind of, you know. But I want to wait and see what it looks like because I hate to say it, but I'm not the biggest fan of The Greatest Showman.
I like the soundtrack. I don't like the
I'd rather listen to the soundtrack than I would watch the movie.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the thing is when you look at in terms of music, I think the movie will be fine because I wanted to see their full thing. So what they've done is they've written the entire soundtracks for La La Land and for Greatest Showman. They wrote Speechless for Aladdin. And
not a bad song, just bad placement.
The first film, that song. The first film they actually worked on was in 2016 for Trolls. They wrote one of the songs on that soundtrack as well.
Right.
That's interesting. If this is true, that is really interesting.
Yeah. So that was the other thing. I didn't realize because I always thought that Steven Chbosky had only done Perks of Being a Wallflower. I didn't realize he had other credits. Apparently, he wrote and directed Wonder and was a co-writer on the Beauty and the Beast remake, which I did not know.
I didn't know that either. Wonder is an absolutely delightful movie.
Would you say it's a wonder?
Also, here.
Well, let me explain Wonder. The reason it hits in my house so
because your son
is because my son. You know, he is the odd one, the one that is an outcast because he is different. So he really relates. Like his third grade teacher or fourth grade teacher last year. It is a fifth grade book, but she thought if Caleb and I sat down,
that's Jacob Tremblay, right?
What?
That's Jacob Tremblay, right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Jennifer Gardner and
Owen Wilson. We read that story before I watched the movie. I didn't even know it was a movie until it popped up on my Netflix or my YouTube. And we watched it, but it's just one of those like real good movies, like Mask.
They look cute.
Like I love Mask with Cher. God, I'm showing my age there, aren't I?
Cher, I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
Oh my God, Cher is like a.
I prefer the Jim Carrey mask.
Cher's the go-to karaoke for me.
Like Cher is like a. You know what? That's what we'll do. Next week we will not. We will not do Movie Mania next week. I think we're going to go Twitch only, just so we don't get shut down. And we're going to do karaoke night. We're going to open it up. We will put the fucking link to the stream to the stream in the description. We will send that shit out. And not tomorrow, but the week after, we will fucking do karaoke night.
We got to do that like outside so that we don't get yelled at.
Oh, okay. So this is cool. Chris brought it up right as I was reading it in my research. Ben Platt was the original Evan Hansen on Broadway and won Tonys for it, and he's returning for the movie in the same role.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he did that before he did Pitch Perfect.
Perfect. Those three movies are good.
I think the first one's good. I think the second one was directed by Elizabeth Banks, and that says everything. Yeah. And the third one was...
How
I don't
dare
see a
you?
problem with it. I actually really like all three of them. It's just...
I just love Elizabeth Banks.
I do too. Like
I like her as an actress, not as a director.
That's been in Zach and Mary Make a...
I like her as a...
there you go, Nikki. You need something for your spank bank. Go to Zach and Mary Make
a Porn.
I don't like Kevin Smith though.
Kevin Smith's not in it. He's not even in the
just
movie.
produced it, yeah.
He
I would
wrote,
also say,
directed, and produced it.
I
But
would also say it's tonally, it feels the least like a lot of his early films.
I like Kevin Smith as a person. It's just his movies.
Is it okay, Maddie? I want to see if you agree with me. Does it feel closer to a Seth Rogen film than it does a Kevin Smith film?
Yes, absolutely.
See, that's worse for me.
It feels exactly like a Kevin Smith movie.
Funny People was the
but
worst movie
not a
I've seen
Kevin
in my
Smith
life.
movie.
What?
Yeah, I hated that movie. That's the movie that I almost walked out of that movie.
Funny
It's the
People.
closest I've ever come to walking out of a movie in the theater.
I mean, listen, Seth's had some bad shit, man, but Funny People's not one of them.
I had to watch Funny People a couple of times because
It's
unfortunately
false advertising, is what it is. The movie's called Funny People. I think I'm getting a comedy. I go in there. The funniest part of the movie is Andy Dick, and then the movie's like it's just depressing from there.
Well, and see, that's the problem I had with it is because of the marketing. It seemed more like a comedy than it really was. It was more serious. After rewatching it, it's so good. Like Seth Rogen,
so good.
And Adam Sandler gives a hell of a performance.
See. Okay, I saw it.
It's Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah, it's Sandler.
Okay. Yep. Just making sure I was thinking the right movie.
So I saw it for the first time probably about a year ago. And so I saw it with the context of, no marketing. It's an Apatow film. I'd seen Trainwreck. I know what that is. I know he's doing the thing with Pete Davidson that became King of Staten Island. So I figured it was going somewhere in that direction of it's going to have some humor in it, but it's probably going to be more leaning into drama. It's probably also going to be 20 minutes too long. And that's basically what it was.
I think it's 50 minutes too long.
It is too long. But after a rewatch, I watched it, I got a little older. I forgot all the marketing, and I rewatched it. It was actually a really good movie.
This is a can of worms.
50-50 is another one that I really,
50-50
really
is great.
love.
50-50 has a good message.
I love
it. I love 50-50. Like, that movie is so good. I just rewatched it.
50-50 though was what it was advertised to be.
Well, I just rewatched it recently, and it just shows, like, what kind of range
Seth Rogen.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt
has.
He was getting that Project Power too. So
I'm so mad. I've been making polls all night, and I can't win a trivia match for shit.
It's okay. It's okay.
Jacob's taking drugs. Everybody, look! Papa West takes drugs.
It's not drugs. It's herbs.
And 23 special flavors
and spices.
And he's taking Dr. Pepper.
Guys, okay, his prescribing physician is Dr. Pepper, so that's okay.
I was gonna say, in my opinion, honestly, I think all three of Seth Rogen's films that have been directed by Jonathan Levine, 50-50, The Night of, or is it The Night Before? The Night of or The Night Before?
Night
Before, and from last year, Long Shot. I think those are three of Seth Rogen's best. I think he works really well with that director.
Yeah,
I do too, and I like the fact when he has creative control with it as well. Like he can, because he helped co-write all three of those.
Yeah,
I need to watch. Is it American Pickle? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I have to see it too.
Yeah, I need to see that. It's on HBO Max. But...
Oh, is that the one where he like his grandfather or whatever gets? See, I don't have HBO Max anymore either. Like this whole last 3 months have fucked all of my stuff up. It looks pretty good. Long Shot was so good. Like I absolutely loved Long Shot. I would put that and Booksmart on the same level last year. I think they both came out last year. But those movies were so good. You know, you go back and watch movies like Booksmart and American Pie and shit like that. I'm sorry, high school was not like that for me.
No.
Where the fuck
I wasn't fucking pies, let alone women.
Well, I was, but that's a different story. One of them, I'm not going to say which one because
Hugh Maz Kanata. Different story for another time.
Nikki's like, I'm leaving now because I don't know what to talk about. Well, I lost my virginity on a horseback ride.
Okay, and on that note, guys, you can find me here on TMG After Dark next week, tomorrow night for Movie Mania.
I want to finish the story. What?
Wait, hold up. Yeah, Maddie stopped with "I lost my virginity on a horse." I need to hear this.
Okay, well, hear this.
Yes.
Well, Nick,
did you just like kind of have her sit on you and let the horse kind of bounce you guys up and down?
I was in the middle of the story and Nikki jumped in. So, no, I lost my virginity while pulling down. Like we went on a horseback ride and we were taking all the tack off, you know, like the bridle and you know the stuff that goes on the horse, and we hooked up in the is what they call it. When you put, like, saddle and shit. So needless to say, that saddle got rode twice in one night. I swear to God,
stable relationship.
And to God is a true story. I swear to God, I lost my virginity in a tack room. It was hot, sweaty, and but on
what was the room like?
Right, what was the room like?
It was a metal bed. It was a metal bed.
Listen, that saddle got rode on horseback and girlback.
That was called bareback.
I think Bevan's trying to
leave. You guys make use of the little ball or whatever it is on the saddle.
That is called a horn. That's called a saddle horn. I used it to grab onto once or twice.
Did you do it
Every
Avatar
rider
style?
has their own saddle. Don't you know that?
Was it like Avatar style, where you like connect the tails or whatever?
I sat in the saddle and she rode.
Chris, we're not talking about indie movies like Blinded by the Light. We're talking about Matt getting laid.
I mean, to be fair, if Matt was bareback on a horse saddle gripping on for life, he may have been blinded by the light.
Yeah, he might have been blinded by the light.
No,
that might have been true. Good pull, Chris. Good pull.
It was pretty dark though.
Good job. No, but
listen,
that's been... walked away. Do we all know why Nikki walked away? Because he's embarrassed that he didn't. These stories don't happen.
He fucked on a horse, Nikki. On a horse.
That sounds like a Lonely Island song. I fucked on a horse.
Talking about movies.
We're not talking.
Point this out. We have gone like totally off.
I mean, the end of it might have been the farewell.
I mean, the farewell.
Be a part of this show.
Hold on. Since the farewell came up, I think we should ask a question in response to mentioning the farewell. Maddie, have you ever fucked an Asian chick?
Here.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I had to think about it. Yes.
Good. Accepting of all races.
I actually need a. I'm not going to say that one on camera.
Yeah, let's not go.
I'll wait till we're off camera for that one.
Look, we're already in it, man.
Nope, I ain't saying that on camera. No, that is something like.
Okay, let's end the stream now, and you can tell us.
This is more a matter of somebody could find it.
All right, so this is it, guys. We are gonna call it a night because we're 2.5 hours, and I really want to say it.
We want to know the story.
Let's go around and plug everybody, and then I will announce our special guest for next week. And I'm sorry to everybody, but this is going to be stuck to our, especially while our guest is here, it is going to be our main crew only. So it will be myself, Aaron, Matt, Nikki, Devin, and Alan. That is it. It will be them until he decides to get off. Because
hopefully he doesn't get off without us.
Well, the reason I say this is because this person may have a few topics that he does not want brought up on the table.
We should ask him beforehand.
We are absolutely going to do that. So let's start here. Jacob, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me all over the place, especially TMG Entertainment and TMG Trivia. Speaking of TMG Trivia, there's going to be a special announcement coming sometime next week. As soon as Sue Breath gives me, he knows what he needs to give me.
Oh, wow. I can, Jacob, I know a guy. If he doesn't, I know a guy.
Am I that guy?
No, you're not.
No. He knows a guy who makes graphics for this show.
Yeah.
For all my shows. Did you notice that? He makes them for all my shows. Just and our main background now. Sorry, Sue Breath. Nikki, Devin, where can people find you?
You can't.
Okay, then. Devin, are you just not going to play anything tonight?
On scratch.mit.edu under the username of Headway13.
MIT?
Yeah.
Wait, when did you go there?
Yeah, it's a website that lets you do a lot of programming shit. It's actually pretty cool. It's how I got into programming. I haven't done shit with it in like a while, but it's there and it's got stuff on it.
I just really need to. Yeah, we need to move on because that's something I can really tear up. What he just said. Yep. Okay, Bear.
All right. You guys can find me on here on this channel. I find an exclusive deal to be on TMG Entertainment with myself, so I will be on here. And then you can also find me at my local strip club getting more OnlyFans accounts.
Yikes. And Ulysses Claw, where can people... excuse me, do you have my vibranium order?
That's not what I thought for a second.
No, first off, yikes, Matt. I'm glad we were able to sign you to your own goddamn channel.
I know.
It was tough negotiations.
Yeah,
absolutely nothing.
We had to cut the budget on Alan's time on the show to make it work, but we figured it out.
Very true.
No,
we only get Alan for 45 minutes now.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Aaron T. Knoll. I've been plugging the fact that I have trivia matches coming soon. The teams match went up recently. Watch me lose on that. My singles match is coming soon. Watch me play that. Tomorrow, I'm playing one of our former guests tonight, Alan, in a geek match. And Movie Battleground will happen eventually.
Wow.
Watch his teams match. Moment of the year.
Yeah, I gave you something to watch, didn't I?
And your moment was pretty good too, Aaron.
That's what Thorne said. Oh, going back to something we talked. All right, and I'm Matty G. Tomorrow night you can catch us at Movie Mania. It is basically the showcase of the Omicrons. I've got some more stuff that I've got written down that I'm going to start saying from now on. And then Monday night, probably kind of late, maybe we'll do it. We're going to be doing a special Suplex City Chats. We're going to be wrapping up this weekend's pay-per-view and my experience in the Thunderdome with the kid. So keep a lookout on that. Thursday, we'll be back for another Suplex City Chat, breaking down everything else that's leading up to Saturday's AEW All Out. Check that out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first here on After Dark. Next Saturday, joining us will be the one, the only. Let's put it like this: he is Ecuadorian scooter riding champion, Mr. JTE will be in the house. That's right. JTE will be joining us. So absolutely keep on lookout for that next Saturday. The Streamlabs will probably be back up. If not, if we're still doing our charity, we'll keep that in. I will be posting both links into the TMG pages. So if you can donate, share, do whatever, please do. It's to help a firefighter friend of mine who lost his life this week, or a little girl on the East Coast that is suffering from cancer, and we are just trying to help her feel better. There's an Amazon wish list. Sometimes she just likes getting a letter. Reach out to her parents through the Facebook link I post. It's easier, guys, to be nice than it is to be an asshole. This week's been really rough. We lost people that we all care about. We learned that superheroes are real. So again, to Chadwick Boseman's family, our deepest thoughts, condolences. They probably won't see it, but again, Nikki, absolutely thank you for that video. I would highly appreciate it if you posted it to both TMG accounts and post it on your Facebook and tag me in it, because I would absolutely love to share that everywhere I can. We may upload it to the TMG page. So guys, remember, mask up, wash your hands, sanitize, be friendly. If you started at the beginning of the video, you actually saw my kid cry tonight. The Chadwick Boseman video and everything really got to him. Oh no, don't be Nikki. That was fantastic. It showed him that superheroes are real. It doesn't take a cape to be a superhero. You can walk by somebody and say good morning and change their day. I challenge everybody every day this week to see one person and do something nice. All you got to do, a good morning, a wave, what have you. I challenge everybody to do that at least once every day. Guys, in the descriptions of this video, there are two charity links. If you can't donate, you can share. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. From everybody here at TMG, whether it be entertainment, trivia, Warrior Clan YouTube channel is going to start going up pretty soon. That's going to be me and the kid doing stuff. Nikki Flicks, Devin and his stuff. Well, he, I'm not sure what to say, but guys, this has been a really troubling time. It's not even September yet, so we don't know what's coming around the corner. Just be friendly. Be nice. Wakanda forever. Thanks for watching.